Okay. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. It's me, Chama Ayomide Dalilugano Wansi. So you already know what is happening. So a couple of hours ago, Tyla did announce her tour in Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria was one of those places she intended to go to. But now, because of the tension, because of the march and march, the protest against illegal migration in South Africa, a lot of Nigerians came out. Nigerian media, television, journalists, influencers. I think I only saw a very dark man. Now he said he's not in support of it. I want to say China. Tyler is not welcome in Nigeria. So joining me on set is a Nigerian student. He is equally in the showbiz. We're talking about Michael, who is I think a sound engineer. Are you a video a music producer, right? Yes, music producer. So we have dropped the Zoom link. If you want to be part of the conversation, please just click on it. Then never to put your phone on landscape. It's very, very important. Put it on landscape. Okay, Michael, how are you? Good evening.
I'm good. Good evening.
So brotherly, tell us what's happening. Tyler wants to come and entertain you. You know, that's December is a couple of months away. To our brother, good evening. Please put your phone on landscape, sir, please, so that we can see you fully. Auto rotate your phone, please. Mr. Jamila. Yeah, auto rotate your phone. Put it on auto rotate. I cannot hear you, brother. So put your phone on auto rotate. Yeah, auto rotate your phone.
Okay, let me see.
Put it on auto.
You can't hear me.
Now I can hear you. I can hear you. Put it on auto rotate, please.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, how are you guys?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Auto rotate. You see the way the other gentleman's phone is, Michael, the other person. Can you see the way his image is looking? Turn your phone, the camera of your phone, so we can see you fully.
You caught me off guard, because I just came in.
Okay, fine. Take your time, right? Anyways, Michael, let's start with you, our Nigerian brother. Now, so Tyler wants to come to Nigeria. Why are you not in support of it?
Because of, you know what is happening around that one. I really believe in one Africa for real.
Okay.
I've been here. We have been with people from married from different countries. We are here. We eat together. So there is something about, I don't know what is it about them that they feel like. I don't just know. You see, you come online, you see them, they banter. Or this Tyra that they are talking, this Tyra that they are saying that you should not come. I still wanted to go and do show there. They refuse that, no, we should not enter their country. They have to cancel that show.
Mm-hmm. So it is aura for aura. That's what you're saying.
It's very popular now. Want to say like, signal network is killing me. I can't hear.
You cannot hear. Is it my?
Breaking.
Is it me? Am I the one breaking, or is it a Nigerian brother? Is it me?
Sorry. My brother name. What's his name?
Michael. His name is Michael.
Michael. Okay. Michael. Okay. My African brother.
Yes, your African brother. So he is saying.
We
Yes.
We're all brothers in the end.
Do you want to?
We're all brothers. Yeah. Yes.
So you want to answer Michael?
Okay, I'm listening. Yeah, at least the signal is better now, much better.
Okay, so Michael, carry on.
I'm still listening. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Mike. Sorry, darling. Hi, darling.
Yes, hello. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, remember I said I just came in now and you caught me off guard. I wasn't even wearing like this. Um, I need to understand, but I guess I can perhaps assume that we were talking about the recent activities that have been um, happening between South Africa and our brothers across Africa, especially Nigeria.
Yes, so this is it. I'm sure you're aware that Tyla has cancelled her show, right?
Yes,
Right.
and
So Nigerians are
now
saying that if you don't want, if you do not want Ira Star, we don't want Tyla.
okay, what's happening with the microphone? Because I can hear you from far compared to my head.
Yes, I'm saying
I'm hearing you.
I am saying that Nigerians are saying that they do not want Tyler to have a show in South Africa.
I saw that on yes, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, so what do you
Yes,
have to say to that? So that's why Michael was saying that it is aura for aura. That's what Michael was saying. That if you don't want Nigerians in your country, we don't want any South African in our country.
Okay, no, let's let Mike finish. Yeah.
Okay, Michael, over to you.
Do you know one thing? I believe so much. I believe in the unity of this Africa. I believe so much in unity. I believe so much in unity of Africa. Because I cannot look at what happened in 2019. There was a Nigerian man, which when I saw that video online, I was shedding tears. There was a Nigerian man in 2019. They smashed this man. They beat the man to the ground. They martyred this man and all those kind of stuff. You know, there are certain things that I don't know how South Africa feel. I don't know whether they feel that they are not part of Africa. Because I don't know how they have that kind of mindset. We are here in school. We have different people from Liberia, from Cameroon. I've always been with Cameroon for a long time because I share border in my state. I'm from Benue State, so I share border with Cameroon. So we're always like one people. So I believe for we don't see anybody like being a stranger to us. Because we have this kind of mindset that there's nothing as long as you are a black person, you are like one of us. We don't discriminate. They cannot discriminate you in this country called Nigeria. Because when you come to Nigeria, we have 200 and something tribes. When they look at you, they will say, oh, you are from the north. The other guy is from Liberia. But when the guy speaks, at times they will say that, oh, you are from the north, you are from the east. So we don't discriminate this kind of this thing. But you see this thing of South Africa saying that they are doing this thing, they are taking our job, they are killing people. You cannot just like, okay, sure, Tyla, she have a platform, she could like say that what they are doing is not the right way. You know, I know that we must not be perfect. Nigeria may not be perfect, right? But at least that is not the way to do this thing. We are. I don't just know. When I watch, I'm always watching about what South Africa is doing to our brother, and that is the thing is like it pains me. And you see their comments online. You see they go back to your country. People travel around the world. Chinese, they have the second, ensure they are the first economy, but they travel around the world. Chinese are all over the world. Is it that their economy is bad? Their economy is not bad. The world is like a trade. What is all is just like a trade. You go out to meet new people, you explore there and there. I moved to my state to another place. Like right now, I'm not like doing very well like I was in my state, but I have to endure because when you go out, you have to go and find something. That's why when you go out, when you leave your place and you go out, you strive very hard to survive. So you work extra hard for everything you want to get. I was in my place, I was doing very, very well. I will go out. My parents will cook for me, I will eat, I will still come back, I will sleep. But right now I'm in school, I'm where there's nobody, I'm in Lagos where there's nobody feeding me. I eat once in a day, but I know what is my achievement, so I have to target it. So we have this kind of mindset. This one that I'm saying, go back to your country, you are not doing better. We have this kind of mindset that you have to, before being a man, you have to travel around the world. You You have to strive. And when you leave your comfort zone, the more you have the energy to push hard. That's what South Africa are failing to understand. When you go, you say, go back to your country, they are taking our jobs, they are doing this thing, they are taking our women, all those no reason. The government, what about the Nigeria that in South Africa that they are doctors, professors? Are they not talking about those ones? Where are the drugs coming from? Is it not South Africa? Is it not cartel from South Africa that they are doing a drug? So you cannot generalize. I'm not saying that all Nigerian they may be doing other things here, but the way they generate the thing, like go back, we don't need you, as if the whole thing is not the way to handle things. And the issue of Tyla, she could not even use her platform to condemn that this is what is happening. It's not right.
But at the end of the day, what were you people expecting from Tyla?
Okay.
Because okay. Yes, brother, continue.
So
Okay.
it's not okay. It's not okay what they are doing.
Are you done, Mike? My brother.
Yeah.
Mike, you are my
Yeah,
brother
I'm
from
done.
another mother. Are you aware? Look, I'm gonna make you a very simple example. Where I work, I've got a former colleague of mine. I'm not sure now. The last time I checked, he went to work in England. His name is Peter Ndoro. He's from Zimbabwe. I worked with him for so many years. And he was used to call me my brother from another mother. Are you listening to me, boss?
I'm listening.
Boss, the reason why I'm saying this to you, in the end, we are all brothers. In the end, in God's eyes, we are one. But in this Africa, boss, there are laws on each and every country that needs to be followed. 2010, I went to work in Nairobi, Kenya, not once, boss. Are you listening to me, Mike? Darling, I was listening.
We are listening to you, brother. We're listening.
When I arrived at the airport in Nairobi, I was searched, not only me and my colleagues. What's happening now? Okay, the audio might be still there, but I don't have a picture. I can only see myself. Darling, are you still there?
We are listening. Just keep talking. We are here with you. Keep talking, brother. Just be talking.
Okay. So, when I arrived there at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, 2010, I was searched everything. I had my yellow fever. Before I even went to Oratambo to go and travel, I had to go to the clinic to get the yellow fever injection. I got a letter from the company I was traveling with. Why am I going to Nairobi, to Kenya? How many days? So when I arrived there, I was searched. I was ordered to take off even my socks and my belt and everything from the airport. Any country is supposed to do that. But I'm still we're sharing information here. Very imperative information. So on my stay, we'll go and work. We went from the airport, we went to the hotel somewhere in Nairobi. So I remember those days, we'll go and work from the venue back to the hotel. I think, if I still remember, perhaps day 3, we heard that at the hotel, they were used to be called these guys, are they still there? How many days left now? I think from the 4th or 5th day, we left Nairobi to go and we went all our movements were being monitored. That is how a car is supposed to operate when it comes to checking security. Remember, I stated here that we came with passport and everything, your visas and your yellow fever cards. And we were there. Our African brothers, they praised Nelson Mandela a lot. And one of the things I noticed when we count from primary, we count inye, imbini, ndatu, and then we'll differ. When we reach 10, that's where we start to differ. No, sorry, I think when we reach 5, that's where we start to differ. I picked up, no, we won in Africa. But the point is, there are laws on this thing which is happening here in Africa, which is happening here in South Africa, regarding our borders. So now, I'm not trying to derail from the topic. I'm not trying to kill your time. This anger that Tyla is not supposed to go and perform in our sister country, Nigeria, it comes from that anger of March and March, of which I fully support the principles and the ideology of March and March, which is let's respect African countries and their laws and their rules. Whether it's South Africa, whether it's Zimbabwe, whether it's Nigeria, whether it's Ethiopia, you cannot go to a country you are undocumented. You cannot go to a country you are a criminal. You need to. In fact, you are not supposed. If you are a criminal, you are not even supposed to be allowed. You all know that. So now, unfortunately, the way I see I do have Nigerian brothers who understand the entire situation, who are not angry, who say yes, South Africa is fighting for the right cause, because rules are there to be implemented. So unfortunately, Mike, I'm not judgmental, but I pray to God that at least as time goes by, He understands that and she's your sister, darling, and she is my sister. When she receives awards at the BT, she represents Africa as a continent. It is so unfortunate now she's facing that. But I would say to her, if she is not at the moment.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so
Darling, hello, darling.
yes, Michael, can you hear me?
No, this is Prince.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, this is Prince.
Yes, Freaks, hello.
I called you earlier. Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, I listened to Mike and this other brother. I didn't get his name.
Mm-hmm.
The one that spoke last.
Yes.
Yeah, I listened to both of them with keen interest, and I would say.
Is it possible? Is it possible to turn on your camera, please? Is it possible? We would love to see you.
I remember it's not turning on at the moment, but if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear
I hope you
you.
don't mind.
No, we don't mind. It's fine. Continue.
Okay, fine. Okay, I've been in this country long enough to know who Peter Ndoro is. Yeah, he worked with SABC, and he was at the top echelon where he could even interview the president as at that time. So yeah, but the thing is, let me start with the issue of Tyla.
Mm-hmm. No. Instead, start with Please start by introducing yourself, and let us get to know you first. Are you a Nigerian? Are you a Cameroonian?
Pardon?
Start by introducing yourself to our audience.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, my name is Prince. I'm a Nigerian in South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me start with that. But the present issue is concerning Tyla. Everybody's so concerned about entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. Before now, Burna Boy was denied entrance or denied visa to come in to come perform in South Africa, and there wasn't much talked about the issue. And because of this whole problem that is going on between South Africa and other nations, Mafikizolo was not allowed to go to Zimbabwe, and some other artists too were not allowed to go to Tanzania. So this one is not the first. The issue of Tyla is not like the first. I learned that Ira Star was denied entry visa to South Africa, and it doesn't talk about. So why would that of Tyla attract sympathy from everybody? It should be talked about, because there's something special about a particular person. Because if that has to be the case, then it will be biased to say that. So let us address this issue of unity, so that we can all forge ahead. As one. We don't preach oneness. In the open. Then behind us, we do something else. Mm-hmm. It's not fair on Tyla and every other artist. That is the way I see it, because they didn't cause this problem. But then I would have appreciated the fact that she would have learned from her colleagues in Nigeria and other countries. In terms of speaking up. So if the authorities are not doing well, you say Davido does that, Burna Boy does that, they all do the same all over the world. So, but here, nobody has done that. Not even Trevor. All they say is people are not xenophobic.
Yeah.
You have to agree. I have very good South African friends, but I can vouch for. They are not xenophobic. But condemning this whatever is that going on, they've done little to be appreciated, to be very frank with you. So I sympathize with her. I'm not happy that she's not going to showcase her talent and make money, but this her own means of survival.
Mm-hmm.
So on the other one being what's the other topic?
No, let's just let's still dwell on Tyla for a few minutes, please. Permit me, I have a couple of questions to ask you. Now, when you say Nigerian, for example, Nigerian activist, very dark man, and then the Nigerian Senate, the Nigerian media, they are all asking for her show to be cancelled. They are threatening. Some are even threatening to deal with her if she should eventually set foot to Nigeria. Others are threatening to boycott her show. And then she just said, okay, since people don't want me, let me cancel my show in Lagos, Nigeria. Why is it a bother to you? If you tell someone, we'll not attend your show, don't come here, if you come, we'll deal with you. And the person say, okay, no problem, oh, Charlie, I don't want any problem. And the person cancels your show, why is it still a bother to you Nigerians?
No, Nigerians are not bothered. If you look at it, if you examine it critically, Nigerians are only venting their anger. Listen, over the years, Nigerians are being killed. Nigerian cold-blooded acts. Premeditated and well executed. And nobody has been held accountable, and no justice has been said. So let this be clear, and I'm sure my brother there, my second brother can also agree to what I have said. So if people are coming back home, people that travel, and you see them coming back home with body bags, and nobody, as I said, Nigeria, mind you, but no barbaric attempt to take their life has ever been made. So that tells you that these people are tolerant, and if they say do not come because we are mourning, we are angry, you should also understand why do you want to come if Tyla was denied visa and you want to come. It doesn't make sense. If you have granted visa, that shows that we have been magnanimous enough to even give you visa to enter. But because of the recent events, that you are being asked not to come, you should appreciate the fact. But Star was not even given visa in the first place. So it should be like Nigeria is not doing well or not being accommodative or protesting. No, it is not about, like I said earlier, it's about what is good for the good should be good for the gender. So we cannot hold you as a provider like carrying like a bag of rice, while you hold us like a pinch of salt. And then say provocation, you kill a Nigerian and nothing is done. It's way too much. It should be addressed. For every crime committed by any black here, including Cameroonians, they are tagged as Nigerian. I know what I'm telling you. I have Cameroonian friends, I have Tanzanian friends, I have Congolese friends. Everybody on the street is a Nigerian as far as crime is concerned in this country. But that's unfair. You don't label a whole nation as criminals. Because everybody that comes to this country, you from different nationalities, do one thing or the other. We don't know that here. Even my brothers down there know this. So, by the time you label everybody that have a black as Nigerian, that stigma is not good.
Okay.
It's not good. So we need to look at these things and
So what you're saying is
into the issue.
Yes, brother.
And examine it.
Yeah, brother. So what you're saying is most of the crimes Nigerians have been accused of committing in South Africa are not necessarily committed by Nigerians. That's it.
Of course, you know that. Let's talk about the issue of drugs. Like I say, every nationality does that. Everyone. But the truth is that they have their respective markets. Where he stays, he stays in location. There is no sell drugs in location. It can only be South Africans that sell to their people. So how come you should not become Nigerians or other nationalities? The truth are not being told. So you see, the thing is that we must stop playing our angers. If you have disagreement with certain people, then address it. There's a code of law. You talk about countries having laws. These are laws everywhere. Then allow the law to take its course, because the purpose of this whole thing that happened or that been going on is very difficult for me to understand. In terms of taking jobs, you can tell that Somalians, Tanzanians, Nigerians, a whole lot of Cameroonians and other nationalities do not work. They do business. It's about maybe 4 or 5 countries from SADC and maybe out of 54 countries in Africa. If only 4 or 5 or 6 are working, does it represent that the entire countries are working there? So let us be specific and say country A, B, C, D, E, F, you are working, don't take our jobs anymore. Then we understand, not the entire country people now. It's not like that. We live here.
But then, talking about identity theft, we've equally seen, I think the batch of 142 South Africans allegedly who were deported from Ireland. Upon investigation, it was later on discovered that those were not actually South Africans but Nigerians. What do you have to say? Any comments on that one?
Listen, I have little knowledge about that, but then it happens. Who aided the people that have it, or the culprit? Somebody must have aided them, so they didn't walk into the office to see identity. So, I mean, and it is not, you cannot actually say a particular nationality indulge in that. You know, sometimes if something, I don't want to dive much into what I do not know, but what I want to say here is that for every crime that's committed, there is somebody that's aiding it. So
this is you
exempting.
Okay, fine. Let's move on to something. But then, from your explanation, that is you exempting Nigerians. You know, you are not holding them accountable. You are blaming maybe the officers who issued the passport to the Nigerians, but not the Nigerians who went for it. That's what I've been. Yes, carry on, brother.
I didn't get that.
No, I'm saying that from your explanation, right? What I've been able to gather is that you are blaming the officers for issuing the passport and not Nigerians for going in for South African passport. That's what I've been able to.
Yes. Not Nigerian have second passport. I mean, how do you prove it that all that those people are Nigerians? I think you have to prove them. If anyone has committed a crime, fine. Even Nigerian government will not defend them. I mean, even in Nigeria, you commit a crime, you pay for the crime. But you do not. I've gone to some days ago. Let me tell you, a Cameroonian friend was arrested. I came back from work then. When I came back from work, we told that Cameroonian friend was arrested. We went to the police station to look for him, and they.
Mike, please
zoom. Nigeria.
Michael.
Mute
his mic, please. Michael, mute your microphone and Michael,
sorry,
mute
and sorry, I went to go and do something. Sorry, man.
No problem.
I'm set now.
Yes, the other man is talking. So put your speaker on mute. When it's your turn to talk, then you can.
What?
Put your mic on mute. Someone else is talking. When it's your time to talk, you can now unmute it, please.
Okay.
Yes, and rotate your phone. Voila. Okay, so sorry about that, Mr. Terrence. We're listening. Mr. Prince.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. Prince, we're listening.
No, it's okay.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. You are in Nigeria. Okay. You are a Nigerian living in South Africa, right? For how long have you been in South Africa?
Over 10 years.
Wow, over 10 years.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your stay so far? How has this 10 years been?
It's also like I said, South Africans are good people. If they're not good, I'll be here this long. But the thing is that I'll just put it this way for you to understand. Most of these things, like he's saying, the law, it's not about the law. This is political. Whenever it's election time, the slogan is that the campaign slogan is that foreigners are taking your job. We're going to take the job and give it to you. That is the strategy. It's only Madama that will say, "Oh, I will take the land from the white and give it to you." And like maybe in Nigeria or Cameroon, where they might some kind of financial inducement to get votes. But yet, no. The election process here is very smooth. There is no rigging and there is no bribing or giving money. Yes, I commend them for that. So beautiful. But the campaign strategies I do not like. This foreign killing jobs has killed a lot of people in this country, and it's not true. It's not true. It's high time it stopped.
Okay, very well. Because you are here to tell us, how your 10 years in South Africa has been. We would love to know how has it been, and how would you describe South Africa to a newcomer?
As I said,
yes.
I'm a Christian. I can't consider the country that I live in. It for me, it's okay.
Okay.
I won't say it's bad.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay.
I love the people. I love the country.
Okay, you love the people, you love the country. That's amazing. I hope our South African brothers and sisters are listening. Now, my next question is this. Let's talk about the genesis of what is currently going on in South Africa. We're talking about the coronation of the Igbo king. This is where all of this is coming from. Are you in support of the Igbos in South Africa, in Eastern Cape to be more precise, coronating one of their own as a king? Let's start from there.
Okay. That was you see, the impression created or surrounding that event was it was quite erroneous. It wasn't the entire truth. You see, constitutionally, you can't have a king, so to say, that that will assume a position or you have a kingdom in that place. It's not so. The Nigerian High Commission, they have already clarified that. So the thing is that it's just a name, a title given to a lead protocol. It's not a leadership. It wasn't meant to undermine the people or the culture or what they stand for. We'll never do that. But it was going to proportion, and this thing was created by people who just wanted that to fly, to achieve whatever aim they wanted. And I would say, maybe you work for them because at the end of the day, properties were damaged and some river ran or two. Things that didn't go down well. But it has been happening like that over the years. I made that tradition in this country. And Southerners have been at peace with Nigeria. They have not been anytime they quarrel. Just as well indicated problem, and it was unfortunate it happened that way. But we understand ourselves, we're not enemies. We are good with each other.
Okay. Now, but then, do you think that the Nigerian High Commission in Pretoria handled that coronation of the Igbo king very well? Because Nigerians were not satisfied. All we saw when the Nigerians making excuses and at some point bashing South Africans and then asking them to understand that the Igbos were just trying to perform their cultural rights and they just wanted a leader and stuff like that. Do you think that Nigerians handled the situation very well?
You see, you cannot satisfy everybody 100%. There are areas of merit and demerit, as a matter of fact. The Nigerian embassy, at least, is one of the few embassies or the High Commission. It's one of the few High Commissions now. It's one of the few High Commissions in South Africa that helps her citizens to renew their passport. So it's some areas you have might feel satisfied. It doesn't mean that in a whole that they're not doing well. I would say, they're okay. But
you know that my brother Prince, you are a true Igbo man. You are here to blame your people. You know, this is the same problem that Ghanaians were complaining about. The fact that you coronated the Igbos again. Coronated an Igbo king in Ghana to the point where he wanted to build, in fact, he has already built his own palace. Then he wanted to acquire more land so that he can create an Igbo community, an Igbo school, an Igbo museum, and that was a complete takeover. Don't you agree? Now, Ghanaians said we would not have none of that.
I disagree with you because even in Nigeria, what about Cameroon? You look at Cameroon, there are French school, Chinese school, Lebanese school, just like in Nigeria. There are Japanese schools as well. American school is here and all over. So if you have an Igbo school anywhere in the world, it's a thing of national pride. It's not a crime. Having an Igbo king is just like, mind you, there are Yoruba Obas too. And there could be Cameroonian chiefs or whatever. I have a lot of Cameroonian friends, and they might choose anytime they show deep okay for them to operate, to run their system. It's about looking after each other, to know who is in the country, to be able to assist them when they are in need. Wow. They will be the type comes to their aid before the embassy. You understand me? So that's the purpose. It's not because of they're not looking for a land to inherit. Or in Germany, there are Igbo kings. In UK, in the US, everywhere. So I know they're in Africa and you're having these squabbles. Does it really actually make sense? If Ghanaians didn't experience that for the first time, it was already going on in Ghana. It wasn't the first time. But they wanted to pick a fight that was unnecessary. And in South Africa, it has been happening here for a long time. And nobody will deny it. It's been like going on. I made it here. So how come it became an issue? It was not an issue. If it was the first time, if it was the first time, they will be talking about, how come it's happening? We've not seen this before. Even this event this whole thing.
Okay.
I mean, they have the right, but then maybe the way they carried out there are tons of investigations before the attack. That is just my only message. I'm not saying I'm displeased, but I'm not totally happy about we fighting each other, because we should be a brother's keeper. I mean, I would say, your brother does something that you do not like, you call him and tell him that, hey, what happened? Why do you have to do this? So, well, we mustn't forget that in a hurry.
Okay.
And as Africans, we shouldn't allow compassion to go out of passion. It's very, very important that we be a brother's keeper.
Okay, Prince. Now, we have some South Africans here. I don't know if a South African wants to come up to, answer our brother Prince. Now, the first thing is he's talking about the Igbo king. He says South Africans blew it out of proportion. And it is not the first time that the Igbos in South Africa are coronating their own king. So why is it that they are finding it difficult to accept this one? Any South African who want to come up? Tebogo. I hope I pronounced the name correctly.
Yeah, it's Tebogo, but a lot of people pronounce it Tebogo, even Kenyans who, yeah, some Nigerians, the ones who've been in South Africa for a very, very long time, they do pronounce it, they say Tebogo or the Bongo, you see.
Mm-hmm.
So the reality and the truth is that about
the Igbo king.
about the issue of the Igbo king.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people can say, okay, they might think that South Africans are reacting out of emotions, but it's not that we are reacting out of emotions. It's just that we are sick and tired of Nigerians. We are sick and tired of the level of disrespect that they come into our country. And I'm not saying it's all of them. It's not all of them. The ones who are in the right, they always tell the truth. They'll even say that I don't know how to protect my fellow Nigerians. Mm-hmm. Like they don't know what to do anymore because of the level of arrogance that they have. So just because there's Igbo king there and there and there, it doesn't justify that you must say South Africans are acting out of emotions. No, we are also protecting what is ours. We are protecting our native people. There was even a rule that says that if your cows were to cross into another tribe's or chiefdom, let me say another tribe's territory, in that tribe, they would keep your cows until you pay something in return. You give them something in return to compensate for you letting your cows go into that tribe's territory. Okay. It has always been like that. So this thing of Africa never had borders, it's a lie. That's why we have different kingdoms. If Africa was one, I believe that we would have spoken the same language, had the same culture and everything, but that never happened. Even Europe is not one, it's divided. If you look at European countries, they are not divided based on modified borders. They're divided based on tribal lines. Like Germany, for example, you'll find out that Germany is not just a country, but it's a tribe. Just like in the UK, there are 4 different tribes: the Welsh, the English, the Irish, as well as the Scottish. You see, so it has always been, it has always been like that. So, sorry.
Bless him.
So when it comes to South Africa, I hate the fact that people like to use the term African unity, and when we protect our country, they say we are xenophobic. And they say we act out of emotions, and we don't. Even in the African Union, they just discuss it, and also the PAP, the Pan-African Parliament, labeling us as xenophobic, saying that they helped us during apartheid. And let me tell you something. I like the part where they mention apartheid, because that's a sign that shows that because what happened in apartheid, that was true Pan-Africanism, also during colonization, because Africans, they would go to countries that got independence first. As for asylum, as for training grounds, for example, Zimbabweans used to go to Zambia because Zambia had independence before Zimbabwe to ask for training grounds. Even South Africans did the same. We stayed in the camp, our grandparents or South Africans who lived in the past, they asked for training grounds. so that they can try to fight against the apartheid government. You see, they cannot stay in those countries, feel entitled to those countries, convince other Africans that we are all Africans, this is our home, we are not going anywhere. But in South Africa, they say that to us. Why didn't they, all those years, why didn't they say no? Since South Africa is well developed, let us do this. Why don't we ask for training grounds so that we can train to fight our own government? Why don't we learn how South Africans think, especially white South Africans, because they are the ones who are in charge of most of the economy. Learn how they think, and once they can go back to their accounts, fight the system. Once they manage to dismantle the system, they rebuild it and serve their own people. But no, they rather say South Africans are worshipping their white masters. But yet when they come here, they also want to worship the very same white. They also, yes, they want to become a better slave to that white master, to show that they are not even better than us, they are worse than us when it comes to being slaves to these so-called white masters.
When you talk about better slaves, can you throw like how are they becoming better slaves to these white masters?
Yes, this is how they are becoming better slaves. The term they say is South Africans are lazy. This is not foreigners. It started with our fellow white South Africans after 1994. We black South Africans refused to settle for cheap labor, just like in apartheid. They would say South Africans are, yes, they were convinced by our fellow white South Africans that South Africans, all they do is complain, and they don't want to work, they are lazy. That's where the term of black South Africans being lazy came into existence. And they keep on using it against us to this day. So yes, and they're also willing to settle for cheap labor. Yeah, they're willing to settle for cheap labor to show that they are better slaves to these so-called people that they say they are our masters. Either way, better, they would say no. These people hate their fellow South Africans so much. What's the use of us working for them if they hate these African brothers of ours? No, let's not work for them. Let's rather learn how they do their things, and let's also support black South Africans in the systematic racism that's still existing, because our government leaders, they are no better than African leaders. They are also puppets, like it or not. You see, that's why they are still controlled by the white corporates who also control the apartheid government with their money, with their wealth. So yes, so you should have said no, let's not contribute to black South Africans' problem, because you can see that they don't want to settle for cheap labor. Let us also learn how to stand on our own, and then learn how to fight our problems like South Africans and use it as a weapon against our government. But they are not doing that.
Okay,
they rather call us lazy.
They rather call you lazy.
Useless.
Oh, and how do you feel each time they call you lazy? How is that feeling like?
When they call me lazy, I feel like it's a huge insult to South Africans who are waking up very early in the morning to go to work. It's an insult to our grandparents and our parents who fought through apartheid, because they did not fight against apartheid for us to end up being replaced by outsiders in our own country. So it's a very, very huge insult to say South Africans are lazy.
Okay.
That's how I feel. I feel like it's a huge insult.
Okay, very well. Now, the Nigerian brother Prince, he said that most of the crimes that you accuse Nigerians of committing in South Africa are not actually being committed by Nigerians, but maybe other foreigners, right? But they always put the blame on Nigerians. Any comments? Do you believe that Nigerians are being falsely accused? Yes, carry on.
Okay, I was saying, about Nigerians, we don't accuse them of every crime, and I've said it before. Yes, South Africans are also not perfect. They also have their own problems. We also have criminals amongst us, but you cannot say whenever South African commits a crime, you cannot use that as a scapegoat and say, was it a foreigner who didn't know it was a South African? No, because when a Nigerian comes to our country and commits a crime, they are not doing us a favor. They are aiding to the problems that we already have. So the reason why we are asking them to leave is so that we can minimize our own problems and also deal with criminals amongst us. Because even when they do crime or when they human traffic people, yes, they work with South Africans who are criminals. So that's true. Even when it comes to the powder industry, the drug empire, this issue of Nigerians selling drugs, human trafficking people, and scamming people is not just a South African African thing. It's a global issue. Everywhere they go. In India, they just arrested Nigerian nationalists for drug trafficking. In the UK, they just arrested an old woman. Or is it the UK? Yeah. Is it the UK or US? Yeah, for drug trafficking. To show that we don't hate Nigerians, we don't hate any foreigners, but we hate the intentions they come here with, and they must not have the audacity to call us out their brothers and sisters if they're gonna call us lazy and say things like, your countrywomen prefer us over you. I mean, that's a sign of weakness. You even weaponize the fact, no, they just like the fantasy you are giving them, the money, the lifestyle that you are spoiling them with. That's a sign of weakness, because if they were real men, Nigerian men, as they say they are, they would be using that strength to go fight the problems in Nigeria. You saw what's happening. There's terrorism going on in Nigeria. People are being unalived. Women are being human trafficked and used as, I don't know, I think they are becoming wives to these terrorists. They would have used those energies to save the lives of their own women, even their own women who are human trafficked. But we are not blaming Nigerians for everything, because the very same things that we hear in Nigeria about human trafficking, it's happening here in South Africa. 16 girls from Soweto were human trafficked to a place called Kempton Park to become sex slaves. Yes, and that's something that
who were the perpetrators
in Nigeria.
Okay, who were the perpetrators? The 16 girls who were the 16 South African girls who were captured, who were trafficked. Do you know the perpetrators?
Yes.
Who trafficked them?
No, they say they were trafficked by Nigerian nationalities. They were found in Kempton Park.
Okay, very well. Now,
yes, you can check it on the.
Yes, I will definitely check on it. To our Nigerian brother, Mr. Prince, I don't know if you're still there. Maybe he has a couple of questions to ask you. Tebogo, please stay with us. It's a conversation, so he's gonna come in, and So, sir, we're listening. Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince, are you there? Please unmute his mic. Okay. Mr. Prince, are you there? Do you have any question for our South African brother before we continue? Okay, Tebogo, while we're waiting for him, his mic is muted. Now, let me get your comment on the Tyla situation. Now, Nigerians threatened, to deal with her, and then some went ahead to promise to boycott her show.
Yeah, hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, say yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I heard what Tebogo said. Tebogo, when you say Africans are taking your job, do you see Ethiopians, Somalians, Nigerians, Cameroonians, and the rest of them taking your jobs? You should be specific and say Zimbabweans, Malawians, Lesotho, Mozambicans, maybe Congolese. There are just few of them. We are 54 countries in Africa. You cannot rub it on our face and say we all took your job. No. Well, be specific and address them. We don't have your jobs. We never took your jobs. And we will never take your job. You understand? So, when you talk about Nigeria committing crime, Nigeria is not even the highest by population of foreigners in SA. I think about this, your statistics shows that maybe about the sixth, even people from UK, retail, are more in number, maybe twice our population here in SA. But the thing is that I don't know why everything has to be about Nigeria. Every black person is a Nigerian. I've experienced it. I've seen a Cameroonian, Congolese, a Nigerian. Every black person as it is today is a Nigerian. You see, that notion is wrong, and it needs to change. If there's something else about Nigeria that you want to address, you say it. But you cannot sit down here and say that Nigerians are doing all these things that you are mentioning. They are untrue, and even you know that they are not true. So there's no need for you to make up things and you want to pin it on a particular nationality. If there's something else that bothers you about Nigeria, yeah, it's cool. You speak up. can learn from you and handle it appropriately, so that we can have a balance, a just one for that matter.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that anything is justified. Crime is crime. If anybody commits crime, honestly, I do not support crime. I love whoever commits crime should be dealt with. Accordingly. You don't spare that person. Deal with the person. But all I don't like is jungle justice. You do not. Because you want to kill a dog, you give it a name. I seriously do not like that.
Okay.
But if you want to talk about taking your jobs, let's be specific. Africans as a whole do not have your jobs. I mentioned the countries, and you know that it is true. So what are we saying here?
Okay, Mr. Prince, there's a comment here. I think it's from a South African, and the comment reads: Nigerians are giving us problems in South Africa. South Africans still
Specify.
It's a comment under our live video right now on YouTube, and the individual says Nigerians are giving us problems in South Africa.
You see, every black person is Nigerian, so I wouldn't know but let's say Nigeria, maybe the entire Africa has a different name that is called Nigeria now, so maybe you should be asking of the province now, which should not represent the person in that country. Because if Nigeria should be a continent, then every country will be a province. So let us know the province they are talking about, since Nigeria is Africa as a whole. But Nigeria represents every black man in Africa, in South Africa.
Oh, okay, very well. Please just still stay with us. Someone else wants to join in the conversation. Anybody has something to say?
Can I please just give a short response?
Okay, please.
I'm not gonna. Yes, I was saying, okay, about how am I sure that foreigners are taking jobs? I just want to let him know that most foreigners are here illegally, so we can't tell who's here illegally or not. And yet they are getting jobs. Why? Because since they are, it's easy to exploit them. It's easy to exploit them for cheap labor. You know, yeah. So they can't get the union to protect them and stuff like that. So that's why you can't tell. And yes, a lot of Ethiopians and Somalians who are owning shops, they don't even have the documents to own the shops. Even our constitution says when a foreigner opens a business in a foreign country, they must have an investment worth 5 million rand in our country. But they don't even pay tax. Some of their shops, they don't even use bank. You can't use bank cards. You need cash to show that they are not here legally. They are undocumented. I don't know if you watch Sikizo Kutola, Kolani Kumalo. He asked the Nigerian, what do you do for a living? And he also asked him for the CV. The Nigerian guy didn't even know. It's even there, in Sikizo Kutola, it's even there, that the guy does not know what a CV is, to show that he's doing illegitimate business. It is not me who says that, but the evidence is there. So we can't. Thank you.
Okay. Can I respond to that?
Yes, you can, Prince.
Okay. You see, I wouldn't say. Sorry, I was driving back home, so now I parked so I can talk properly now.
Okay.
You see, I wouldn't say that Nigeria does not commit crime. No, I wouldn't say that. I would be a liar if I say that. I've been in this country and I've been at peace with everyone that I come across, and I'm not having any reason to answer or maybe to go to the police station to give an explanation, to be in court. In every country I've been, I've been to Brazil, I've been to Europe, some other African countries. The other guy was talking about Kenya. I've been to Kenya as well. So you see, the thing is, I will tell you the truth, and nothing but the truth. I hate this white father. I have a covenant with God. I will never touch it, and I'll never give it to anybody. And God will not allow my children to touch it because it's a covenant.
Amen.
And this thing is not. Look, I will say, everybody in this country, every nationality has their share in this thing. But unfortunately, Nigeria takes the blame for every nationality in this country that is black. Let's take it that way. I don't want to mention nationality. Every nationality, most of them, they are into it.
Okay.
Everybody, because this guy, Teboho himself, he knows that where he stays, in his locality, people consume it. but Nigerians do not sell it there. Other nationalities do not sell it there. Otherwise, they will go down. But they know those who do it, but they dare not report them, because if they do, they'll be in big trouble. But at the end of the day, you want to point hand at Nigerians. Oh, it's Nigerians. How can it be Nigerian? Because I mean, what's our population? We have professors, we have doctors, we have people here. You see, we have very few bad eggs. I know we have them. So if you can deal with them in such a way that you can hand them over back to our government, I'm sure our government will be very glad to deal with them, because we don't joke with it in Nigeria. Let me tell you, Nigeria is not a drug country. It must know. It's not. So Nigerian Americans and in the US do not do drugs. Nigeria in Japan do not do drugs. So if they are doing it here, probably it's because they met people and they found out that the soil is fertile for them to grow, to also have their own garden and do their business. So if you put a strict law here, it's all about the law. If you put a strict law in Nigeria, it doesn't matter the quantity. In a function, it can be tested in the lab and confirmed that it is what we're talking about. It's 1 year's imprisonment without an option of bail. It doesn't matter whether it's a bag or a pinch of it. I grew up in Nigeria, I never saw it before with my own eyes. I never. So, I'm just a country of about 240 something million people, if I'm not mistaken. And when you talk about Nigeria, you generalize.
But Mr. Prince,
are you kidding me?
Permit me ask you, we've seen documentaries, for example, the show the young man Teboko was talking about is Zotola. I've seen a couple of episodes, and most of the people who were caught were Nigerians, to be honest. And away from South Africa, we've equally seen video. I think of recent was this Nigerian woman, I think an elderly woman who was caught trafficking drugs to, I think, is it the US or so, and that it was packaged in the form of ripe plantain. I'm sure you saw that video. And then
I saw it too. Yes, I saw it too.
Yeah, and then
but have you seen the videos of South Africans? Have you seen South Africans too? They were arrested. Even the latest one was in the too. Did you see that one as well?
Okay.
It's a general problem. It's not a Nigerian. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's not a Nigerian problem. So what you're saying is that we aggravate Nigerian or make it.
See, I support the government.
Okay.
The government to make the law strict.
Okay.
More strict, yes. So, and I'm telling you, and they have to be. I don't think this thing shouldn't be in society, but it's not a Nigerian problem.
Okay.
Even people from your country, I involved.
Okay.
Everybody.
I understand. I get your point now. I get your point. So you believe so do you believe that we are
no sense.
Yes. So do you believe that we are too hard on Nigerians? That we are too judgy?
Like I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
If you show a photograph of a white man, but the child might also mistake an albino
for a white
man. For a white.
Right.
So if you keep hammering about Nigeria, then everyone will mistake any other person to be a Nigerian. I have good friends who got across many nationalities. The day I came back from work from when I had in fact I traveled to Brazil for a particular contract from Harvard. So I came back and another my friend was arrested.
Okay.
So me and some other guys, Cameroonians and the rest of them, so we just walked down to but we live in a white suburb. So both this dude told us that they don't have a Cameroonian there, that the person they have there is a Nigerian. We said why? There's not if the police took him, then that means he must be there. He cannot go out of this area of the jurisdiction. So we argued then. At the end of the day, so they asked our officer to bring the guy out from the cell. Well, they brought him out. And this guy is a Cameroonian, the same guy we came to look for. But they caught him with that stuff. So what happened? They didn't even bother to ask him of nationality. They just wrote Nigeria on the board straight.
Okay.
This was happening like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So that money has been there. It's just Nigeria. Everybody is Nigeria.
I get your point. You're making a lot of sense. So let me ask the other Nigerian. There's another Nigerian. Tebogo, 1 minute. Let me ask Michael. Michael with the iPhone. Hello, Michael. And then why you couldn't live on Facebook? Now there is something your Nigerian brother Prince said. Prince is a Nigerian who is living in South Africa. Now he said we are too hard on Nigerians. It's not like Nigerians are the only ones who commit crimes. For example, we're talking about the selling of drugs and all. The other people sell it, right? It's a universal problem. Yeah. But why is that they always amplify whenever it is a Nigerian? And most often, the perpetrators or the culprits are not necessarily Nigerians, but they just label them Nigerians because, a lot of people have always said that Nigerians are doing bad, Now, as a Nigerian, how do you feel about that? Let me hear your take. Do you believe that we are too hard on you unnecessarily? Tell me.
There is something that is happening. Do you know that when you go outside this country, you have somebody, West Africa, you say Nigeria, or they will say Lagos. There are two places. There are some people that mistake Africa for Nigeria. There was something that happened in India. They caught some people. They were tracking them. FBI was tracking them. So when they asked them, "Where are you from?" They said that they are doing scam from Nigeria, which it was from India. They were doing it, but they tagged us as like it was from Nigeria. So you see this whole thing. There are many crimes that is going on in the whole of this country. The whole of Africa. They say it's Nigeria. They do it in. There was one people they called them in UK. They were asking where's their location. They don't know that FBI was tracking them. They said Nigeria. So even India, China, when they do something now, they will track them. They will say they are from Nigeria. So this whole thing of something and people pin it on us. We have the most highest population in Africa. We are the 6th in the whole world. I know that even in that South Africa that they are saying how many? I think we are the 6th. We are the 6th. So how can the 6 people in the country be like committing crime in the whole country, like that country? So anything that they do, they pump it on Nigeria, they're taking our women. You know, the one thing that pains a man when they say that we are taking our women, that is the most painful part of it. I can tell you for free. A whole country, when you tell somebody that you feel like somebody is taking your woman, it pains you a lot. They are taking our women, or that's what they say, that they are lazy, they are taking that. They used to say they are taking our jobs, they are taking our women, all those kind of things. So I don't know whether it's from that angle. I'm not saying that we are all saints. Understand that there are so many crimes that are committed. The one that they called them in India, they were not in India, but they were tracking them. They said that they were Nigerian. The one that committed.
Yes. Carry on the iPhone. Yes, Michael. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, so everybody is from Nigeria. Anything that happened to is from Nigeria is from Nigeria. Okay. So the whole thing is just so this thing.
Very well.
So if people do drugs everywhere. It's not only Nigeria, but when they tag them, they will say that they are from Nigeria. They call them in India. They say they are from Nigeria. Chinese, they are saying they are Nigerian. When they were tracking them, so you see the whole thing and they pin down on us.
Okay, very well. Now to our South African brother Tebogo, you just heard from 2 Nigerians. Now most of the crimes being committed in South Africa are not necessarily done by Nigerians, but Nigerians always carry the blame at the end of the day, and they believe that we are too hard and too judgmental towards Nigerians. What is your take? What do you have to say, Tebogo?
As I said before, we are not too judgmental against Nigerians. It's a double issue. Even nearby countries like Ghana and Togo, they have a problem with Nigerians. Kenyans, they also have a problem with Nigerians in their country. Every country where they go to, even the Nigerian passport, it has no value. That is why they even use our South African passport to get access in other countries. But how do they get it? Obviously, they do rely on as I said, also as South Africans, we are not that innocent. They rely on some of our failures. They either do this. They either marry our country women so that they can get a citizenship, or they buy South African passports from corrupt Home Affairs officials. So that is how they use our passport to get access into other countries. And they are not only doing it to South Africans. They also to get documents in their countries, or even citizenship through marriage, so that they can get access to other people's countries, because they already have it's a global issue, whether you like it or not. Even the statistics reveal that Nigeria is labeled as the country with, I think, with the second highest scammers in the world after India.
Okay.
You see, it's not being said, it's a fact. And yes, they're gonna also say South Africa has the highest crime in Africa because the stats say that. Yes, the stats say South Africa has the highest crime, but remember, in South Africa, we are so honest about the stats. We have the technology, the resources to count our stats. We are not hiding anything. But let's talk about Nigeria. Are they honest with their stats? For example, the stats will reveal that South Africa has the highest rape stats. But if you look at Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria, where they follow the Sharia law, they even have child marriage. Child marriage, I'm telling you, it's supposed to be labeled as rape. Even here in South Africa, they would definitely arrest you for it, and they would arrest you for rape if they witness such things. To show that in South Africa we are honest about our stats, but in Nigeria they are not. Especially when the fact that in northern Nigeria the child marriage is legal. Even the governors, one of the governors in northern Nigeria, what was his name? I forgot which state it was, but he married a 13-year-old girl, a governor, a whole governor. And one of those child marriages, it is said that they were funded by the governors in the north of Nigeria. Instead of funding those child marriages, they should have used that money to at least build create job opportunities for northerners.
Okay.
Even in Borno State, I think it's around 43% of teenagers are used as yes, they are used. 43% of teenagers are married. 43%. I think it was in Borno State. Okay. And then here in South Africa, they come with that mentality. Don't be surprised why there was a time whereby they found a Nigerian using a 12-year-old girl as a sex slave. Don't be surprised why they kidnap teenage girls from Soweto and use them as sex slaves in Campton Park. And this is nothing new. And someone once said these hookers who we find on the streets, they are also human trafficked. You see?
Okay.
So that mentality, they're coming with it here in South Africa to show that, there's a saying that says charity begins at home. The problem that they are giving to South Africans and other nationalities, they started at home. And this thing of defending Nigerians is not going to help. What you need to do is hold your people accountable. Hold them. Because the more you keep defending them, is the more people will start to push you. Even as South Africans, we also have a problem with even the Nigerians who are here legally and who are here maybe for good intentions, we question ourselves, why don't they call out these Nigerians who are doing bad in South Africa? Why are they not trying to understand South Africans that no, we in these people's countries? What are those? Yes, we are in these people's countries, so we need to normalize calling out our fellow Nigerians, because these people, they are also creating a bad reputation for us. But instead, they are not doing that. They'd rather say South Africans are xenophobic. And yes, they captured some of our country women. They are doing crazy things with them. Or they are even married to them. Even our country women, some of them, they are foolish enough to stand with Nigerians and say, no, South Africans are xenophobic. They will not try to sit down with their Nigerian husband and tell them, my people don't have a problem with you, but they have a problem with the bad things that your people come with. And I think you need to speak out against the bad things that your people are doing here to minimize the problem. But they are not doing that. That's why we can't even trust them. That's why we are asking them to leave. It's not a matter of hate, but it's a matter of us protecting ourselves against those people and minimizing the problems that we already have in South Africa. We already have a problem with our own people committing crime, our own people who are our own corrupt government officials. Just as much as Nigerians themselves have a problem with their own government corruption. They complain about it. And I only said that they are pointing fingers to the northerners, the northern leaders, that northerners are the problem of all the Nigeria bank. See, they also have a problem with their own leaders and they are pointing that. So, yes, so same thing with us. We also have our own problems. The only difference is that we are not running away from our own problems. We are facing them. We choose to rather die. Even in apartheid, children in Soweto died because they were fighting apartheid. Our people were being unalived by apartheid government. That's the length that they were willing to go to get their freedom. And I believe that every other African should do the same in their own countries. They must be willing to sacrifice their lives in order to improve their country.
Okay, now
You
before.
see, if you have,
Yes, sorry, finish, sorry.
yes.
My apologies, no
I
problem.
was just saying, you have the courage to fight against South Africans who say their own countries and say you're not going anywhere. You can convert that energy into fighting against the terrorism in Nigeria, fighting against your corrupt leaders. Even if they give you death threats, you can fight and show them that you are not scared of them. You shake them so that they can also feel threatened. Thank you.
Okay, okay. I have a question for you, Kebogo, but then let me allow the Nigerians to answer. You've raised a couple of points. Is there any Nigerian who has anything to say? We are listening.
Yes, I have something to say
Yes, please, carry on.
about these things of going back to your country. We are everywhere. You know, one thing I give an example. We are the most popular black nation. Our population is so much. We are the most distinct black nation on earth. Chinese are the most. Chinese in Asia, they are the most popular people. Their economy is still good, but why is it that Chinese are everywhere? It's not every country. Let me tell you something. Every African country is fighting leaders. There's nowhere. Even America, they are still fighting Trump. There's nowhere there's no corruption. There's corruption everywhere, right? So you see this thing of saying that it's only Nigeria that doing drugs. I don't even believe in that this thing. If it's drugs, I don't even believe. It won't scam. It won't scam. This thing of saying of scam. If they check, there's something. I told you something that you should go and check. There are people do this thing. They use VPN. They do it. They say they tag themselves as Nigeria. Chinese are the most. Chinese, Russia, India. All these people have been doing all this kind of stuff. Just that they use Nigerian name. They use Nigerian identity. You go there, change their location to Nigeria. People that FBI have been tracking, this Department of War that Trump have been tracking, right? Trump have named them Department of War. If they are tracking any scam, it's either India, China, or all these Asian countries. But their location, where they are tracking them, they say they are from Nigeria. So people have this kind of narrative, this thing of scam.
It
I'm
brings
not
us
even
to
sure
one
that
question. Michael, let me ask you. But why just Nigeria? Why would the Chinese and every other person, why would they, switch their location to Nigeria? Why Nigeria? Do you believe that is because of? Yeah, sorry, carry on.
Because of the image they have painted us. The image is already there.
The image they painted, or the image you Nigerians painted about your country. Let's be honest.
The image is always there, and anywhere in the world, there is nowhere in this world you will go that you not see Nigeria. Nigeria, they are all over.
Okay.
They are all over. Let me tell you something. There was a man that chatted me online. It was a Chinese man that I should do my passport, I should go to him, send me money, I should do everything and go there. That I came to come and discover that this man just wants, this is what the man have been doing. He carried this Nigerian boys there, using them to do scam. So they have been arresting Chinese in our country. It's not this thing. This thing they have been doing it. But you see people paint it on us that I'm not saying that we don't do crime. I cannot just once there's population, once people are much, they are trying. Even the white, they used to be tired of Chinese. They say that Chinese are committing so many crimes. Once people are more, there's always crime. But this narrative that everything they will pin it on Nigeria. Everybody's Nigeria. Everybody's Nigeria. They hate. It's Nigeria this, Nigeria that, Nigeria this, Nigeria. Have Nigeria not helped any? Have Nigeria not the one that Nigeria be doing for this whole of Africa? Have they not talk about the one that Nigeria be helping African country? They will not say that one. It's only one thing about human being is that they will always paint a black one. Let me say the issue of Igbo king in Ghana or Igbo king anywhere. Is there not Chinese school in African country? Why can't they come out and say it like that? Because we are black, so they don't want.
Brotherly Michael, Chinese school and coronating a king in another man's land. It's not the same thing, is it?
It's same thing. It's just the same. It's just coming together to enrich your culture. It's just coming together. They wanted to
coronating a king is undermining my own. And you're not respecting my laws. That is my country.
There's an Igbo king in UK. There's an Igbo king in UK. There's an Igbo king in UK.
There's an Igbo king in UK. Are you sure that king?
Yes.
Are you sure that king?
Yes.
Are you sure that king will want to challenge the oh my god, how do you call? Is it the ruling class,
The monarch.
the monarch? Thank you, the monarch in England.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
There is this man in South Africa. Is it EFF? That is it Malawi something? The man say something about Nigeria. That one thing about Nigeria, we talk loud. We don't have this kind of fairness in us. So whether I'm talking to you, the way I be sounding, you think that maybe I'm this kind of person that is so hard. It's just the way that we're raised. At times people mistake our identity for being somebody that is being rude. So they
So
it's
we
the way
have
we
to be
talk.
the one to understand you. How about you trying to understand people when you are in their midst? When you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. If you're in South Africa, it is your place to understand South Africans, what they want, what they like, what they don't like, what is expected of you. If I come to Nigeria as a Cameroonian, I have to learn about the culture of Nigeria, or the culture of Nigerians, what they like, what they don't like, what I'm expected to do in Nigeria during my stay. Don't you think? Because why should they be the ones to understand you in their country, whereas it's the other way around? Make it make sense to me, Michael.
And there's something,
Yes.
you know that everybody, let me tell you something, there's the way everybody has its own identity, they are the way we speak, they are the way we do things. I cannot deny you of your food, how you eat.
No, but
The
they're
way you
not.
eat, I cannot come and say that
Because you're hungry, you come to my house and you're hungry. It doesn't mean that you should go into my pot and you take food.
No,
It doesn't mean.
if I come to Cameroon right now,
Yes.
and you give me food that is not, I cannot eat it. There's no way I will eat it because that is not me. I cannot come and pretend. We are this kind of people that we don't pretend. The way we talk, people say we are rude, we are bold, we are harsh. That is just the least thing. If there's a mistake here, understand?
Okay.
People mistake us for being rude and doing this because of the way we talk, arrogancy, all this kind of. Most nations have been complaining about. It's not only South Africa. Most nations have been complaining about it because the way we speak. We don't fear. Why would they call you giant or something and you be afraid? We are not afraid of speaking out. They cannot call you giant of Africa and you be like, when you come out to speak, you be like, you be shy. No, we talk.
Okay.
That is just us.
Okay, not just you.
So it's
Okay.
it's a misunderstanding. It's not that I have no problem with anybody from South Africa. South Africa are still in Nigeria. They are still living. Everything is still going on normal, but we don't have that kind of. We don't have to go and be fighting people. I cannot go and fight a black man. It's not possible. I cannot channel my anger on a black man. No. For me, I just want peace to reign. It's just for peace to reign. Let's just try to understand ourselves.
Michael, that for peace to reign, there's room for accountability, right? While you're holding South Africans accountable, Nigerians have to hold their fellow Nigerians accountable. But now, in this case, it's one-sided. It's Nigerians are the victims, South Africans are the bad people. South Africans have to be the ones to change. Nigerians, we should understand it because that is how Nigerians are. We are supposed to understand Nigerians are loud, Nigerians are this, so we are arrogant. That is how we are. But with South Africans, we have to try to correct them. You are xenophobic, you are Afrophobic, but we Nigerians are the way we are. We are the giants of Africa. Don't you see that it's screaming double standard? It doesn't make sense.
I'm not. Yeah, I understand what you are saying.
Yeah,
There's something when there was. I don't know whether you watched that interview that when our journalists went to go and interview that minister, that there was a misunderstanding. For her, she understand this, what is called communication. Maybe there was a misunderstanding there. Maybe the way she talked to her, maybe for them it's not like that. But it's just something about we are not this kind of people that we just.
No, how about you tell her that journalist, you had good intentions, but your method of communication, your tone, your language was not proper. Let's start from there. Tell her you did wrong. You were rude. You will not talk to a Nigerian minister like that, no matter what.
No, she did not talk to. She wanted to answer. She wanted to ask. She like, I don't know whether she caught in the mix or something. There are journalists that used to have problem with Trump. Even Trump used to have problem with journalists. It's not only from Nigeria. Let's know. Trump is always having problem with journalists. It's not something of part of Nigeria. There was misunderstanding there. She was like, hey, don't talk to. She did not talk to her. Maybe she was saying something. Maybe they get interrupt. So it was something of not being this. The journalist.
That was being no.
It's a normal thing.
No,
Trump is always having problem with
Michael,
journalists.
I'm happy you said Trump is always having problem because it is a problem. It's a matter of respect. If a minister is talking, you respect that minister. right? You don't
He
interject,
was-
you don't
he
interrupt.
res-
So I'm
he
expecting.
respected the woman.
There was no respect there, Michael, if you're being honest. I want us to be honest.
No.
There was no respect. She was being very disrespectful.
No. He was go and watch when they say that, because his answer her question and something come out. I don't know what's happened. He was like, you should not talk. The thing was misunderstanding. Do you know if they kill your people and you want to go and if they kill your people and you see your people blood on the ground, will you go there and still kneel down and begging somebody? There's something that will trigger you. So there's something
That is why
as
as a journalist you're meant to stay professional, Michael. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. You're meant to stay
even
professional.
even American journalists do ask questions.
Okay,
so
Michael.
You cannot kill my people and you want me to come and like.
Okay, Michael.
He was polite.
Michael, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. If you are talking about this, why I'm yet to see Nigerians address Libya? What's happening? Because you have seen videos.
Address what?
Libya, the Libyan government, the Libyan people. Why are you not addressing the people of Libya? Because you have seen the way they have been caged, the way Nigerians have been caged. You see the way Nigerians have been tortured. At the moment, Nigerians are being sold as slaves. Why are you Nigerians not talking about that one? Why is it that journalist has not gone to Libya to hold their government accountable, to set up or organize a press conference or attend any of the press conferences to say, why are you doing this to our people? What happened to that giant of Africa? What happened to, we know they agree for anybody? Where Libya is where the whole thing is happening. We're talking about slave trade. People are being sold. Nigerians are being sold. They are being tortured in Libya. We've seen videos of Nigerians begging the Nigerian government to come in and evacuate them, to help them out. But the Nigerian government has remained adamant. Let me hear your thoughts.
Let me ask you something.
Yes,
why is it that Trump is not battling Russia the way he's battling this thing? He's battling Iran.
No, if you're talking in terms of danger, that one is too different. It's too different because if you're saying that in South Africa, South Africans are killing Nigerians, unaliving them. If you look at what is happening in Libya, let's be very honest, that is where the real danger is. Once that Nigerians are yet to do something. Once that even yet, I'm not seeing a Nigerian who has gone online to even make a video and say, Libyans, stop doing this to Nigerians. Free our people. Granted, they came to your country illegally. They came to your country undocumented. But this is not how you don't sell our brothers like chickens. Why is it that your government is here to do that?
Libya, let me say something. I don't know about Libya.
Michael, you don't know about Libya.
No. News that I've been watching right now is all about South Africa. That is what I've been watching. That is what I've been popping on my screen right now. Because it's the only thing that is happening right now. It's South Africa. I don't know about Libya of his talk. Libya, I don't know whether it's. I don't check it. What happened in Libya? I know it was 2000 and.
No, it is happening now. It is happening now, 2016. Which means that the Nigerian media, they are not doing their job, because that Nigerian journalist could conveniently go to South Africa. Yes, carry on. Sorry.
There was one certain time that the last time I even checked, Nigeria sent his delegate there to go and bring back his info.
That's a lie. No delegation has been sent to Libya. We carry on.
I'll be honest with you.
That's brotherly. You're lying.
I know what I'm saying.
No, brother, you're lying.
Let me tell you what happened. I don't know that they were traveling to go to another country. They were to head there in Libya. So Nigeria have to send his delegate to go and rescue them. That was 2018, 2019. I know what I'm saying.
No, we're talking about 2026. That is where the real danger is.
No, I've not checked. News that have been popping up online is about South Africa.
So why are you not holding the Nigerian government? That Nigerian government. Nigerians in Libya are being sold like chickens. Do something. Why are you not doing that?
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Nigeria, it's not about South Africa and this thing. It's about individual. It's not government. And this thing, the president of South Africa is denying the attack, right? He's denying that there's nothing is happening. Nigerian government.
Yes, the South African president did not deny. He said he's condemning it, that those South Africans who are xenophobic, that he's not refusing that some South Africans are not xenophobic, right? But he's condemning it. But he's against illegal migration. He said, don't come to our country undocumented, and when you are there, you must respect our laws. And South Africa has the right to enforce the immigration laws. That's what the president said. The president did not say that. Yes, carry on.
He said that, let me tell you, he said that you cannot walk on the street and start arresting 100 men. You don't have the right of our individual to stand on the road and start arresting people.
True.
I saw it myself.
You're correct.
Our president, what our president say much about it? What our president have not even said something reasonable concerning about this attack. It's only Ghana president that have been saying, the man have been saying something. So let me say this thing. The case of South Africa, we are much in South Africa. Nigeria is there, other countries are there.
Yes.
Most people they are there. Understand? I'm not denying the fact. I'm not doing this thing of arrogance. But for you to kill somebody, for you to be killing somebody like Haba, let's be honest. And what have those people done to you that it's not even Nigeria, that even all this Zimbabwe, all these people, the way they are killing them, the one that we have been seeing online, I know that the one that we have putting behind the camera is going to be much.
That's a lie.
But they are not condemning what they are.
If the ones happening behind the scenes were this great or grievous, the way you're making it sound, trust me, you know Nigerians are lying. You'll be everywhere.
Hello,
yes, Mr.
Can I say something, please?
Yes, please come in. Of course, you can.
Danny, please.
Yes.
I wanted to do something regarding what my brother Tebogo said earlier.
Tebogo, okay.
About Tebogo, about Tebogo, not good. The G is blood differently here. So anyway, about the child marriage, you know, it is good to understand the nitty-gritty of an issue before we want to emphasize on it proper. Yeah, because I'm not a lawyer, but I know that most of us have this English law. In Nigeria, we also have customary law, and we also have the Sharia law. So, and I'm very happy that he mentioned the northern region. Yeah. So, and which is predominantly Muslims. So if Sharia is a law in the constitution and Sharia is the law, so that arm of the law will deal with people who practice the religion. You don't talk about an issue on the periphery, but you didn't go deep. Like I don't have a deeper knowledge of it, because if you do, you understand that according to the law of the Quran and the Sharia law, that you can marry off a child of, I think, 13, depending on the call, 13 years or so, to a man.
Okay.
So it is in the law. It is legal for them. Maybe not for me as a Christian, and for you down south.
Okay.
So you say we must understand this in before we, because we view it sometimes. It might seem like, oh, this thing is biblically ungodly and radically immoral, and then we blow it out of proportion. But must get understand the remote cause. What prompted it? Is it the way of life? Because the religion has permitted, even the Prophet Muhammad married Aisha. Aisha was, I think, 9 years, if I'm not mistaken, when he married her. So that is the religion they're practicing, and you know that you have the right to practice your religion. So if the parents and the religion permit, who are we to fight against or to protest against that? So you see, there are certain things we shouldn't talk about. I'm well traveled.
Okay.
I won't want to sit here and talk about places I've not been. But I've been to quite a lot of places, and I can tell you, I don't want to sit down here. Like, if you ask me about, like earlier, this I do not know. I'll say I do not know. I mean, I don't know this. I do not know. But some of the things they talk about Nigeria, you don't know them. If we have to sit down and talking about them, it will take a long time for us to understand ourselves, or to clear the air.
Mr. Prince, I have a question for you. I have a lot of questions, but let me start with this one. So many years ago, let's talk about the deportation of foreign nationals, right? Ghana started, Nigeria followed. Now, I remember that the Nigerian government gave West African migrants a period of 14 weeks. That's 14 days. Sorry, that's 2 weeks to leave Nigeria. Right. Now, none of these people were compensated.
What? Sorry. Can you
Yes.
rephrase that again? You said Nigeria gave who?
They gave West African
When?
migrants. That was 19.
What?
1982, 1983. That was
Okay,
after Ghana.
okay, yeah.
Yes. Now,
Okay, yeah.
West African
Yes.
migrants were deported.
Yes.
More than a lot of them, because 1 million of them were Ghanaians. That's what gave birth to Ghana Must Go. 2 million West African migrants were deported from Nigeria, right? 1982. But
Okay.
now, none of
Yes,
this.
yes.
They were given 14 days. That is 2 weeks to leave. Now, after they were
Okay.
deported back to their respective, and the reason is because Nigerians equally complained that there are not enough of resources to go around, that the Nigerian locals have to be, they have to be prioritized, right? So these West African migrants are a problem to them. They should go back to their respective countries. Now, they were deported, they were asked to leave within 2 weeks. They were never compensated.
Mhm.
They were never compensated, right?
Okay.
So now the question is
All right.
why is it that the Nigerian government is trying to hold South Africans to compensate those Nigerians in South Africa who filed for voluntary repatriation, whereas most of them were not even properly documented? Now they ask for compensation. Those who were deported years ago were never compensated, and why not?
Okay. You see,
Yes.
like I said, most of the African, I'm not a journalist,
Yes.
but common sense would tell you that there should be there's a need for you. If you're not at the spot, you should have a reliable means of correspondence. So if you pick up whatever anybody have written online, then you'll be misguided.
No, it's
And
history.
you definitely. Hold on.
No, it's
And
history,
then
Mr.
even when
Prince.
you land,
Yes, carry on.
hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Even when you land, I'm telling you because when you do not get the right information, you might not be like addressing the issues properly. Now that of Ghana, I love that topic because everybody says that Nigeria kicked them out. Let me tell you, the biggest fraud ever committed in this African continent happened in Ghana, and Nigerians were the victim. After the independence of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, but when you're talking about what happened in the 80s, I'm talking about the genesis of the issue. You see, Nigerians, we don't blow things out of proportion, we don't shout. The people that status remain there. We don't fight anybody. We are just who we are. If you offend us, we just laugh. We are regularly shops and ask everybody to leave. No. I'll tell you what happened. The biggest scam, I repeat, that ever took place in African continent happened in Ghana, in the cities, and the victims were Nigerians. Because prior to independence of this African nation, Nigeria already have lots of millionaires. The richest in Africa. I don't know 5% of this. It is clear. We have even when the Queen of England came to Nigeria for a visit, the Rolls Royce she used was owned by a Nigerian. Nigeria is already rich, and the Kwame Nkrumah invited Nigerians to come and invest in Ghana to help boost the economy. Nigerians went there in their numbers. It's like the millionaires and billionaires. They took a trip. They relocated to Ghana. They were in the cotton industry, transport industry, college. Don't think of it. Everywhere, houses everywhere, money in the bank. It was booming. It was Nigeria that invested in Ghana. But what I'm saying here is subject to verification. What happened? Kwame Nkrumah was preaching African unity, and Nigeria believed him. And Nigeria went there to support the economy to grow. What happened? They overthrew him, and so that was done. The new president of Ghana, who became the president through coup d'etat, made an announcement. He made an announcement that, thank you. He made an announcement that Nigerians, in fact, he went on it under the disguise of Africans, that they had to leave. What I'm telling you now is, when I'm done, please, I'll do your findings.
No, that one is true.
He changed Nigeria.
It's true. That one
He
is true.
changed Nigerians out of Ghana and handed over all those companies, all those farms to Ghanaians, they were not allowed to live with their cars and all the millions they had in the bank.
True.
Some of them were even locked up and they died. Some of them who made it out of Ghana, eventually, some of them actually died and some of them they survived. And they handed all those industries to Ghanaians on a platter of gold. And they mismanaged it, of course. And afterwards, the worst happened to them. So, was it not wrong for Nigeria in the 80s to now say Ghana must leave in the guise of also Africans or West Africans?
No, I did not say that.
To leave.
No, of course. You
No,
I did not mention Ghana. I was talking about compensation. I said when Nigerians deported.
No, I'm coming to that.
Okay, carry on.
The way you romance the issue, the way you romance your words, the way you packaged it, it seemed like you were trying to make it have a balance with what is happening now. But of course, that is not true. Because Nigerians have not had that kind of issue with Africa in the past that will be bringing that here or that.
Okay, but South Africans,
Ghana.
but South Africans have that problem with Nigerians right now.
You don't know what transpires here. You don't know.
No, but I've interviewed the people and I've watched their media. I'm on the South African channels every day to know what is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, back to Ghana.
Yes.
Back to Ghana. Nigerian companies were seized. The assets were seized. Tell me, was there any way you could justify that? That was why I told you that the biggest scam, because there are two places in the south of Africa, you invited people into your country only for them, you knew they were capable of growing your economy.
Yes.
And afterwards, you chased them and took over everything.
Yes.
Even killed them. No, they didn't provoke you, they did nothing to you. All they did was that they brought investment into your country, but they didn't come on their own. You invited them to come.
Yes, true.
To kill your visitors. So it's a different. See, when Nigeria just chased them, Ghanaians were not doing well in Nigeria. They don't do well. I'm trying to say.
Really?
They are just like most of them are handymen, shoemakers, working in the bakery and stuff like that.
So they are not Ghanaian billionaires in Nigeria?
Maybe now, then.
Okay.
Then majority, okay, like here, like you said that, okay, majority of Ghanaians in Nigeria then.
There is no Ghanaian in Nigeria.
There's no Ghanaian.
Most of them, hold on. Most of them did not own cars then. I was born then. I know what I'm saying. Most of them. So if you know that in recent methodology, when majority is small, the majority has it. So when I say that Ghanaians, they don't have billionaires in Nigeria, that means that relatively most of them we are handymen, and that was what they were. The only ones that had a job that you could even say okay was more better were teachers. Those were teachers. So they came to Nigeria because hunger hit them badly. That same resources of Nigeria that they left behind there, all those the money and everything, they looted them, they messed the economy up. Then the hunger chased them out of their country, like real hunger. Then they came to Nigeria. They stayed in Nigeria, we welcomed them, they schooled with us, everything. I went to school with Ghanaians in Nigeria. So when you're talking about what Nigeria did, what did we do?
I'm talking about West Africa because Ghanaians were the ones who caused that pain. But it's not unfortunate that others, Burkina Faso, even Cameroonians, a lot of people they had to pay the price. They were scapegoats because of the fight or the rivalry between Nigerians and Ghanaians. That's what I'm saying. So I left out Ghanaians for a reason. I'm not saying that you do not have the right to repatriate or to ask people to go. No, I was talking in terms of the compensation. That the West African migrants who were asked to leave Nigeria within 14 days were never compensated. So why is Nigeria now holding South African government to compensate the Nigerians who left South Africa? Yes, that's a question.
Okay, darling,
yes,
darling,
yes, sir.
Darling, darling, you live in Cameroon.
Yes, sir.
And I mean in South Africa. Okay, you see, the kilometer from Cameroon is closer. So you can do your findings from, you are just like Nigeria almost. So you can put a call through to the Ministry of External Affairs. You can ask, I can't speak for you, I don't know. When this thing was planned, the match I wasn't there, people that were living in this country. I don't know the motive behind it. But what I know is that people suffer, and that's what it makes me sad.
Okay.
Nobody should suffer for any reason, for anybody's gain. Okay. I don't support illegal immigrants.
Okay.
I know what that causes to a country, the job loss and all of it. But people have to address it. Let us do it in the right way, which means that addressing the issue. Do not say all foreigners are taking your jobs. It is not true. We have 54 countries in this continent, for God's sake. And you know that people that are jostling for your jobs are here, and your Sadek brothers. You mentioned a man I respect so much. He worked in SABC for a long time. He's a Zimbabwean, Vitandoro. Yes, he's a foreigner, and most of them. And he was treated like a South African. Imagine a man that could be having interaction with President Zuma, and he was loved. Okay. You understand me? So yes. So South Africans are also nice. I'm not saying they're not nice. They're good people. But what I'm trying to say here is this: these people that enter illegally, we know the problem might be porous. Tighten it. But when you want to address these issues, please be specific and say our Sadek brothers from so and so countries, maybe 4 or 5 countries around us, are giving us headache. Because Botswana has a good, the economy is good, so I don't think they have anything to do with this at all. They are okay. So there are some countries around it. So let's not
but they have been very specific. I know there's a South African here. I will give him the floor. They mentioned Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Malawi, Ethiopian, and Somalians. I think these are the 4 prominent countries. Yes, that they have problems with their nationals. They've been very specific.
Why was they have problem with Somalians? Somalians, you say Somalia working anywhere, they have their shops, they engage service of South Africans working for them. And on the issue of investment of 5 million, whatever, let me tell you the truth. If you are in this country and you want to open a business, yes, that law applies to 5 million. But that but it is not like everything you want to do. You have category of, just like you have a visa for maybe work, what do you call it? Visiting visa, yes. Medical visa, etc. When it comes to permit, you have visas, permits for work visa, study visa, volunteer visa, and voting permit, etc. Like that, it goes like that also. So, and when it comes to the issue of people like Somalians and Ethiopians, I bet you most of them came in here because of war. So they ran into this country en masse. So, and they were absorbed. You know, the country was magnanimous enough to absorb them, and they were given asylum under the refugee coverage. Okay, so which they know that they are not financially buoyant as individuals or as a people collectively. So in the act, if you read the Refugee Act, it says that they'll be a refugee and being in South Africa, notwithstanding, that they are permitted to work and to study. And it doesn't stop there. When they go to, most people say this out of assumption. When you take that paper, that same paper, to this commission, where you can register your company, you can do it online. You can go there, you use computer to register your own company. I have registered company twice, my companies. So and I also know that those people, the system accepts their refugee number. It is allowed to register. They are exempted from most of those things. Take for instance, if you've been outside this country, then the US, for instance, if you are a refugee from another country, what I'm saying this online so people can verify. When you get to the US, for instance, and you declare asylum, you will not even declare at the airport, as some people do. You already have maybe you're a refugee from South Africa or from Nigeria or from Congo. You already have the number as a refugee in the system. When you get to the US, I'm explaining to people that some can get this education for free. When you get to the US, any country of your choice, you can walk into any United Nations High Commission for Refugee office and tell them that you are a refugee, whatever, and give them your paper. You're coming from a second country, but the country is a first country. So now you move to a second country, and now you still running away from the second country to America. What do they do? What would they do? They change the system and they find you there. From there, they're going to keep you in the hotel, get a shower car, to give them an induction of how to live in their country and everything. The first paper that a refugee gets in the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, UK, Ireland, and even in France, is PR. That is why they call them the queue jumpers. They jump the queue. They are called queue jumpers in the US.
So why are you headed?
But you've been in the US for 8 years.
Yes, Mr. Prince, you know that we have a line, right? That's what I'm asking. So we have to. Where are you headed with this information? Because
the point is this.
Because like you said,
are admitted.
Yeah,
they are exempted by the law.
Right.
Yes.
Because now the point is, you know that you were saying that South Africans should not generalize, right? They should be specific. So I told you that they have mentioned 4 nationals of 4 different African countries. They said Zimbabweans are a problem to them, Nigerians are a problem to them, Malawians are a problem to them. I think they even mentioned Somalians and Ethiopians. We're getting to 5, but the South African man is going to tell us. So they have been specific. They'll be like, nationals from these countries are a threat and a problem to our existence in our own country. So they have been very specific.
In what way? Well, I heard somebody saying, I thought about women and stuff like that. You see, the truth is that if somebody has committed an offense, that is why you have jail, you have court. If you want to repatriate that person because he's unfit, he's a social misfit. Get him out. You don't like take them to court, then you release them. No.
Okay.
So if you don't implement the law, listen to me. I'm an advocate for peace, justice, and all it takes to make things right. So if you see keep them in society, what impression are you creating? You are still bringing them back to repeat the same thing. They know that they will go in there and they come out. No. If somebody is unfit in society and you find him guilty, you deport that person.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. But do not. What I'm saying is that, but do not see every black person as a Nigerian. But Nigeria is a big name.
Nigerian
it's a big brand.
Okay.
It's a very big brand.
Nigerian is
yes.
It's a big name. It's a big brand. Very well. Our South African brother, you have anything to say to our Nigerian brother here?
Okay. No, okay, I've been saying this before over again, but you know the part where you said about nationalities, which nationalities are capable of doing bad. I want to give you an example of something. I was not aware that Kenyan immigrants in South Africa, they are almost 30,000. I was not aware that we have so many immigrants from Angola, even Burundi. They said Burundi was 31,000. You know, the reason why, okay, based on my generalization, I was not aware that we had immigrants from those countries. It's because every time when we hear they say foreigners are doing bad in South Africa, that foreigner is more likely to be someone from Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, and Nigeria. Even Somalians and Ethiopians, you hear about them when it comes to them selling us fake food and doing illegal business. And remember when they were saying that before the 30th of June, when they were saying there was a xenophobic march, what they are not telling you is that there was also a tough war in Johannesburg between the Ethiopians and the Somalians. They were fighting over business territory. I think they started unaliving an Ethiopian. Yeah, they started killing the Ethiopian guy at his shop. You know, they had yes, I saw the CCTV footage. They shoot him with a gun in his clothing shop. And then the following day or a few days later, they shot 3 Somalians at the McDonald's. And then again, there was another video showing 2 Ethiopians getting killed by by a South African, and they said it's a xenophobic thing. But those South Africans who killed those Ethiopians and Somalians, they were actually our countrymen who are local hitmen. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because obviously when they want to kill each other, they use our local hitmen. They hire them. So they made it feel like it was a xenophobic attack, but they were fighting each other. It's just that the xenophobic attack was was a cover up for the conflict that they have amongst themselves, Ethiopians and Somalians. Because that's why in an area, like the way I see it in South Africa, if you look at some of our townships, in that township you'll find out that it's only Ethiopians who are selling in that area. In that township you'll find out that it's only Somalians. You see, they are divided amongst themselves, and I think it was a few years back in Sunnyside in Pretoria, Pakistanis and Bangladeshis, they were also fighting over territory of selling cell phone covers, fixing people's cell phones, you know, and stuff like that. They were fighting over that too.
Okay.
And that one is just that the only difference between it and the Ethiopian and Somalian type war is just that time there was no marches against illegal immigrations. So yes, when it comes to nationality, we can spot the nationality that's doing that. But other nationalities, it means that they are behaving themselves like Burundians, because or Angolans or Kenyans, because we hardly hear of them. I'm not saying they aren't. I know they just arrested a Burundian guy for unaliving a South African woman. The other one, they say he scammed a South African woman. Yeah, I heard that, but it's not always. We don't always hear of them. Even Kenyans and even Namibians, our neighbors. That's why we even used to say if we must open borders, we must rather open them to people of Botswana and Namibia. We hardly hear of them doing a lot of bad things. It's always the same nationality.
Very well.
Nigerians, Zimbabweans.
Okay.
Always.
What about Ghanaians?
Yes.
What about Ghanaians?
Ghanaians also do it. We also hear of them, but not as much as it's just not as much as Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Malawians, and Mozambicans.
Okay. So
Not as much. And if you hear about them, you'll hear that maybe they scammed one of their South African lovers, South African women who are their lovers. But it's always they are better, but Nigerians are just worse. That one, and I'm not hating anybody, but they are.
Okay. So a Nigerian brother, you just kind of yes, Mr. Prince.
Yeah, West Nigerian and West. I don't understand. You want to be specific so that I don't say something different. How do you mean, please?
Oh yes, I'm glad you asked me that question. There are 915,000 South Africans who are living in the diaspora, but you'll hardly hear they say South Africans are being deported. And I'm not saying they aren't.
Sorry.
I've heard
what?
No, I've heard I heard someone once told me that his relative got deported. I think he was fired from his job in the UK. But Nigerians who always hear they say they get deported. They were expelled, banned from they are banned from the UAE. In India they get deported, in Thailand they get deported, I think they ban them, in America they ban them. Like almost every country in the world has an issue with them. That is why it's not just South Africa. We are also asking our government to do the same, to ban them, not because we hate them. I've seen good Nigerians before, I've seen them before, and they tell me the truth that if our people, wherever, almost every country they go to, they don't have good intentions. They say it themselves. And they will tell you that these people, the decisions that they are making, it's affecting them at the end, and they don't like it. And there was another Nigerian guy, he said that every time when he speaks out against the problems that Nigerians do, they insult him, they call him a Biafran and stuff like that. He said it himself with his own mouth. He ran away from Nigeria from the late 1990s because of the government incompetency, the corruption. It's a mess. He doesn't want to go back there. Even Nigerians who drown in the Mediterranean Sea, they said it with their own mouth that they'd rather get eaten by sharks in the Mediterranean than to go back to Nigeria.
That's my question.
They don't want to be taken back to Nigeria. That's why they were asked. That Nigerian guy, remember, was asking Nigerians to hold themselves accountable because he cannot stand to see one day him being deported back. Because of the decision made by other Nigerians.
Tebogo, you've answered my question. Listen, Nigeria doesn't bother you because they create jobs. They help society. They don't struggle your jobs with you. They have car shops, different kinds of businesses. You don't see that will create jobs. Have you seen Nigeria? Excuse me, have you seen Nigeria application wherever? Because these issues about job, survival. So have you seen Nigeria providing any position that you so dainty that you want, and they come and stumbling block to you? So if that is not so, then how do you want to justify your actions? Because for everything you say that Nigerians are doing, in the location, if you say the question, they do more of that. So, but I'm not saying that it is okay for them to commit crime, but I should believe, I said, they should make the law stiffer for everybody. Because you see, when you're disciplining your child, then the outsider will be afraid. But when your child will go in there and come out looking fresh and be smiling, I want to go back again, other people want to take advantage of that. So the law, they should make the law, they should toughen it, tighten it, make the law in such a way that it will be what people want, people who wouldn't want to commit crime to go there. And if someone has done something that will have to be deported, you deport that person. I'm not advocated that people shouldn't be deported or whatever when they commit crime. No, I'm not. But I'm just saying.
Please, I want to add this thing to him. This thing of Northern, I want to ask something about it. It was something that he made that I was so worried about Sharia law. It's not in that. Everyone have their culture to practice. They have the wait. Let me say something. They have the thing in mind like that thing is disgusting because of what is happening. Is their religion. You cannot carry that. And if there is something that maybe it's somebody that educating on that. So for them is their religion. That's what they practice. So if other people eat human beings, that's their problem. That's their law. So that law is even practiced in other distinct countries. They are Muslim. That's what they do. It's their law. It's inside their Quran. So it's not part of Nigerian problem.
It cannot be justified. It cannot be justified. Fact is fact. The government institution must be more powerful than those religions. If those religions are promoting child marriages, then they must get rid of the government institution. They must ban it and say the age of consent for girls it can be from 18 upwards or even. But I'm telling you, Somalia, one of the countries that promoted child marriage, they came up with a law that an age of consent for girls is for women is 18 and above. There were Somalians complaining about it, and we were applauding it. And I believe that rule must also be applied in Nigeria, even in Islamic states. Even if you can say the Holy Quran says this, I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree.
It's something to start with now. That's the law.
Please, one at a time.
That's the law.
One at a time, please.
That's the law.
On the part.
That same law. Excuse me. Stay over. That same law will soon apply in South Africa. Because from the look of things now, we have the Cape Malays, few Muslims back in the days. But now, population is growing. And now we observe the Muslim holidays in South Africa. Okay. Now, Egyptians and Libyans are also here because of when they had a problem in their country, you know. So they came here, came south, they moved south. The Palestinians too have moved there. So what do you think in the next 10 to 20 years? How do you think that South Africa will be? The population of the Muslims would excuse me. I'm telling you, listen, we are forecasting here. And I'm telling you what the likelihood of having the Muslims agitating for what they want. It happened in England, in the UK. They're not part of UK. When the population grew, this is there. They want that sense of belonging by force. They don't tell you, let's discuss that stuff. No, they come for you. They tell you we want it, and they'll get it. So the thing is this: Nigeria and Ghana and the rest of them have had independence long ago, and even before independence, from the 18 something or 17 something, I just already traveled overseas. And from the Benin Kingdom, back in 17, before 1800, the prince was already studying for advanced diploma in Portugal. Check your history, you see it. So Nigerians have been crossing the ocean long time. West Africa, as a matter of fact, including Ghanaians. So we planted our seed that up to today, there are Nigerian languages are spoken in different countries, even in the Caribbean nations. I hope you understand that. So, and then we are already part of the system, even in their government. So the sense of belonging is already there. So forget about Nigerians, what they do. They feel at home there because they are part of the system. That you must understand. Even in UK, you see it on the street, Nigerian on the street. So Nigerians are part of that system. We have that part.
Apart from that, even Iran, Saudi Arabia, all these
you already spoke.
I will talk about I know. I don't Saudi Arabia before.
Let me speak. I just want to say Nigerians who get access into other countries, and I've said it before, it's because of marriage. Some of them were even born there. Look at the ones who are born in foreign countries like Kemi Badenoch. She said it with her own mouth that she doesn't want to be described as a Nigerian. She stayed there as a teenager and she was explaining how bad the corruption is in Nigeria and how Nigerian police are even bad. She hates Nigeria. Wait, no.
Mr. President, Mr. Prince, one at a time. Let our South African brother talk. You've been talking, please.
Okay. And then on the let me tell you. And then on that issue of the where we were talking about the religious part, about the Islamic world and stuff like that, talking about the Sharia law they want to bring it here. I'm telling you, if they did bring it to South Africa, I'm telling you, South Africans will resilient. We're not gonna allow a law that will promote child marriage. We don't want that. We are capable of fighting even now. And when you ask questions such as if foreigners are doing something bad, why doesn't just the government do that? Yes, before we started movements, we asked the government to do it, but the government didn't do it. That's why we came up with movements such as Operation Due and March. Not because we hate foreigners, because we asked our government so many times, but they didn't do anything. Our leaders, they are also incompetent and corrupt. We've been telling them all the times, but they always prioritize foreigners, they protect them, even though we show them proof that this is what's going on. Just as much as you Nigerians, you've been complaining about your leaders for so many years. They didn't care about you. So you have no other choice but you have to fight. You even came up with a movement such as IPOB. You came up with those movements to resist against the government. Even as South Africans, we've been saying the same thing all the time to the government and they don't care. The only time they started to do their job is when people like Jacinda came up. That's when our government started to open our eyes and be like, wow, we have to act again. And even if they are acting now, I don't believe they are acting because they want to, they're just acting because they have to, because Jacinda resiliated. If Jacinda didn't speak out, they wouldn't take us seriously. And this thing of Nigerians being doctors in other countries, I forgot to mention that part. Okay, some of them, they even have fake qualifications. Even here in South Africa, I witnessed some of them using fake qualifications, even in the UK, even in the US. And I'm not saying it's all of them. In some countries, they don't even want to accept the qualifications from Nigerian universities because they can't be trusted. But we don't, let me tell you, we don't hate anybody as South Africans. We don't hate Nigerians. We've been asking the same thing all the time. Before we cheese them out, we didn't cheese them out. We asked them to respect the law, but they didn't. They disrespected us to a point that we got tired. Even me, I was also a full-time Pan-Africanist. I remember in 2019 when the Tanzanian drug dealer shot a taxi driver to death and South Africans resilient. I would say no, South Africans blame the Tanzanian guys, not all foreigners. We cannot be xenophobic. We come from the struggle and stuff like that. I was like that, but until I realized that no, the reason why I ended up leaving it is because I realized that these foreigners, they are disrespectful in our country. They are like when they say the African brothers and sisters, they want to cover up for their own evil deeds. That's a problem. They want to cover up for them up, and they even say, no, your government has money, they must do this. The moment I started to hear those type of things, and even the fact that they deny us in the public spaces in our own country, that's when I started to see that something here is so wrong. So they are not our brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Even if it means that we South Africans must get kicked out of the Pan-African Parliament and the African Union, I don't care. Let the whole of Africa kick us out. They were saying they must kick us out of camp. Let them do that. Because I don't care anymore, because they are not doing us a favor by being here. They are, even though when we show them evidence, this is what's going on, they are still not trying to fix the situation.
Okay, I have to, Mr. Prince, 1 minute. Mr. Prince, 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute. 1 minute, I have two questions, please.
Okay.
Yes, before that, I want to give a shout out to all those who are following us on TikTok, because we are live on TikTok, YouTube and Facebook. And to those who are on TikTok, if you want to be part of the conversation, there's a Zoom link which has been attached. Those on Facebook as well, please feel free to click on that link and join in on the conversation. Now, to Tebogo, before Mr. Prince can continue, two questions. The very first one: how do you feel on the fact that Nigerians threatened Tyla, and the father went on to say they are going to boycott her show, her upcoming show in Lagos, Nigeria, come December, and now she has finally cancelled. She has removed Lagos, Nigeria, right? But then Nigerians are equally not still happy, because they were expecting that she would condemn the xenophobic attacks in South Africa, according to what Nigerians say. That what is happening in South Africa is xenophobia or xenophobic. So what do you have to say?
Okay, this is what I'd rather say about cancelling Tyla. To remember carefully, I don't remember us South Africans cancelling Nigerian artists. Even people like Burna Boy, we never cancelled them. So we don't have anything against Nigerians. We just have a problem with them being here.
They cancel somebody. They cancel people.
So
they
it's
cancel
something like
Okay.
look, I'm still speaking. And then when it comes to Tyla, they must just focus on her as an artist. What's happening in South Africa, you must not label it as xenophobic. As long as we give proven reasonable excuses of why are we removing Nigerians. It's not like we are removing them because they are Africans. And when they say no, we are promoting Afrophobia, I just want to say on the Afrophobia part, remember, it was quoted by the former president of Ghana, J.J. Rawlings. He said, what's worse than an enemy is a traitor. That's what he said. So these so-called African foreigners, when they patronize us in the name of brother and sister to do bad things, I don't see them as enemies on the outside, but enemies on the inside, because they use the term brothers and sisters. So I'd rather be betrayed by a white man, an Arab, and Asian man. Why? Because they are outsiders of the race. But these ones who call themselves brothers and sisters, they are insiders, they are snakes, they are traitors to their own race, if they really consider themselves brothers and sisters. So I'd rather say that if they really have a problem with South Africa, fine, they must have a problem with it, but they must leave the artists out of it.
Okay. Now,
As simple as that.
Now, please.
Yes, there's a
Can you
comment.
allow me to say something?
Yes, Mr. Prince. There's a comment here for the young man, for the South African. It's coming from a Nigerian who says that you don't know that Nigerians in your country are indirectly protecting you from the plans why South Africans have for you. South Africa will be the most hated soon. We will use that cho-cho-cho, which is noise, for that country. We'll build it and we'll destroy it. So these are what Nigerians are saying.
Can I say something?
Okay, Mr. Prince, go ahead, please. We're listening.
Okay, please. You see, this has been like that Teboho have repeated this twice, that foreigners come to South Africa, they want to marry, they want to do this and that. But I've been here for, like I told you, about 10 years. I've never married any woman. And the many people who are not interested. Marriage is sacred before God and man. So I don't understand the woman you want to marry. I don't know, things are blown out of proportion. Everyone cannot be desperate, you know? So you decide what you want. You do not see it like I said about generalization. That is the problem. The major problem we have here is that we generalize. I mean, use me as a case study. I don't have. I don't. And the many people around me, my circle of friends, they don't as well.
Okay.
We have Yes, yeah, well, that's true. Yes. So let us stop generalizing based on what you think. Because Teboho, for one, he cannot speak about the foreigners, even in South Africa here, but he goes as far as mentioning UK and everywhere. Even here in South Africa, he doesn't know us. You know why? They stay away from us. They don't want to be close to us. They don't. We try to show that this brother will fail, but the more you try, the more you fail. Yeah, that's the truth. But so he talking about foreigner this, the foreigner will do that. These are the things based on assumption. But I wouldn't say that they are totally wrong or incorrect. But you cannot just specifically say they do this and want to sound like it's accurate because they don't come close.
But Mr. Prince, I just read a comment. Yes.
They don't come close. It's even the ladies. Why you seem like friends are more friendly with the ladies, but it's even the ladies that are more friendly with the foreigners. Not because they want to date them, not because whatever. They just feel like I'm not saying that there are not men that are friendly. Men are friendly as well. Of course, a whole lot of them. But there's this thing like I don't want to be close to a foreigner. Whatever they don't offend you, I just go your way. So you must first of all start by understanding this. But even if people want to try to know who they are first of all. But first of all, you don't know who we are before you get lost. That is why it's not easy to go out with propaganda and it will just sell and everybody will buy it, but nobody has come close to know how foreigners live, how they behave. That is why sometimes most foreigners don't even decide to stay in the suburb. I'm not saying they don't stay in the location, some of them do, but most, because you cannot stay in a place where you are seen like a different person. Whether you are in, it doesn't matter in Nigeria, Cameroonian, or wherever you come from, it doesn't matter.
But I just read a comment from a Nigerian brother where he said that Nigerians build South Africa, and because of the noise, Nigerians are going to destroy South Africa. You want to comment on that one?
Okay, you see, and that is the thing. The social media. There was a day I opened my phone. As I was going through my phone, I saw a post from a Nigerian. I don't even know the Nigerian, but she just popped up on my Facebook. I was so upset because what he wrote there was he was throwing banter at South Africa and something that is not even like it's not verified. It's just like maybe he just created something. I was so upset. I had to send an email and say, delete this. You people are the ones creating problem. You see these social media warriors. Like now on the comment section now, some people be saying this and that. That it means it's like a word for like fuck you. Insult to be ready from see these people on social media. They are the ones who creating the problems and they are not even there to know what is going on. So instead of promoting all those things on social media, it is better that people just sit down and try this thing out because it is being blown out of proportion. These are issues that can be ironed out on the table of brotherhood.
Okay, so you
nothing has done so.
Yeah, so you do not agree. So you do not agree that Nigerians make South Africa and Nigerians can destroy South Africa, right?
Why would I say? Would it be right for me to say that Nigerians use Ghana or Cameroon?
That's good. Well, that's good.
Logically, it makes no sense.
Right.
So you see, so it becomes even more provocative to say a thing like that. Why would you want to say a thing like that?
Okay.
Did you construct the road or the bridges or you build the houses? I don't understand.
Very well. That's
okay, I also have something to say about concerning that Tyla of the show.
Okay.
You know, what I understand was supposed to have a show in this thing in South Africa. I don't know what happened. They boycott the show. You know that one among the richest man in Africa, Boa, the man that have cement. The man also has cement. He's one among the richest man. It's in Nigeria. The man was to go to South Africa. The thing is online. Go for Africa or next meeting. That I don't know whether the visa expired that day. They hold the man. The man was there. The man that the funny part that the man said that other countries from other people from Europe were coming. They were going without visa him that was in Africa for meeting that his visa expired that day. He had to wait there for like this thing. They could not access her. The same thing to her star. They could not access her this thing to her show. Let me tell you something about this whole this thing of his stuff. You know, have you ever come online? To be honest, there's somebody in there was a guy, a show promoter in South Africa. The man was like, they should boycott all this motherfucker that they have helped grow Nigerian artists. They talk anyhow. You see all those things. But you see Nigerian superstars, if they come to that one, they don't talk. If you talk to Aya Star, she's always in Nigeria. It's always in Nigeria. Whiskey do free show for her first. She will do this in collaboration with Whiskey for free. Even last year was saying that Davido was the best person to give him best. They will not see all those ones. The only thing that I'm not saying that Nigeria we are not bad. They are no country, no South Africa, nobody's a saint. Understand? But they don't see the good ones. The only thing that you might like to do is that we are the bad people. That is just the good thing. They don't see the artist aspect. And Burna Boy, let's say something about Burna Boy. In 2019, they killed Nigeria in South Africa. Burna Boy was like, I will not. The tweet is online. I will not go to that country again. Do this thing. I don't know what's happened. He said that okay, he's hosting African Union in South Africa. I don't know, but they could not even access that show again. So that is just the stuff.
So what you're saying is Burna Boy was denied entry because South Africans are xenophobic. Because we've seen other Nigerian artists go to South Africa without any problem. Davido and the others. So why you're
not? See, darling.
Yes, sir.
Darling.
Yes, I'm.
I think let me put some clarity. Let me throw more light on what his Mike just said. That
okay, sir.
It's not much of a big deal. You see, Nigerians kind of people they always say that people are resilient. We see shake off things. You see, Burna Boy condemned he condemned what happened in South Africa. He didn't go to war. He only expressed his feelings and made his opinion. So, and because of that, there was this social media war about the whole thing. Like when he then said, okay, we don't even care about coming to South Africa. Then, at the end of the day, somehow, to bring unity between not just East African and Nigerian artists, because they work together. So let's unify, have this show of unity in South Africa with other African artists. Let's just have that problem. What happened? The South Africans said no, do not come to our country. That was not happening. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, Ira Star wanted to come recently to South Africa, and she and her crew, not just her, she and her crew members were denied entry visa. So it happened. That of Burna Boy was years ago. Ira Star is very recent now. So why is that of Tyla being blown out of proportion? Because I wouldn't know if they are all saying the same thing, don't come to our country, that means there is no peace now. So maybe that thing that Burna Boy wanted to do in 2019 is what they should do at this moment, by unifying, having a show maybe in Tanzania or Zimbabwe, in the Lutherland, where all African artists come together and they have their show, or because Makiti Solo wasn't allowed to perform in Zimbabwe, and that one was not allowed to go to Tanzania. It's not about Nigeria, it's not about South Africa. So there's this rift. They need to iron it out. Stop this issue of talking about Tyla. Is Ira Star not also an artist, or one? Yeah, I mean, nobody's talking about Ira Star. So I don't understand. There's no balance here because it's happening to both artists at the same time. So you talk about one and leave the other.
Okay.
It's just the same thing, which in any case is not right. It's not supposed to happen.
Okay.
We shouldn't be bringing politics, and the politicians should just go and do their thing, because at the end of the day, okay, Buhari, let me give an instance. Buhari of Nigeria, in the 80s, 20 military head of state, him and Pobia, they clashed because of Bakassi, and soldiers lost their life. Fast forward, 2000 and something, when Buhari came in as a civil president, he was in Cameroon, and him and Pobia, they were eating and dining. But Cameroonians and Nigerians in that region might not be, maybe they don't see each other eyeball to eyeball. Maybe they may be hating each other. But these are the problems that are created by the leaders, not by the people. we are people who love each other. So the leaders must stop creating problems from all these whole things from the top. Now, for what I do not know, what Canada do not know, they are being affected. Was it not the government or the state embassy that issued visas that refused to give to Ira Star? That was the government fighting her. Then now the masses are taking it upon themselves to react.
Okay.
So that is the point.
Okay, now what about that? I think it's a Ghanaian footballer during the World Cup who was denied visa. Would you say that because he was denied visa means Americans, you know, they don't like Ghanaians? Because we have seen, I mean, it's not the first time that maybe.
No, a couple of people were denied visa.
Why not?
Say,
So why didn't you say that it's because they don't?
No, okay, I'll tell you.
Yes.
Somalian reg was denied visa. Now, you guys will tell you that they have their intelligence report, whatever, who speak to who, and the FBI or CIA might pin a tail on you without you knowing. You might have spoken to a wrong person that without even knowing that is their target forever. So the doctor, you might have even crossed the line without knowing or knowingly. A bank can be beating you, and that person might be the wrong person.
Okay.
So you wouldn't know why they denied that visa.
Okay, now from the comment section, right? South Africans are saying that the reason why they denied Burna Boy is because Burna Boy said he does not like South Africans. Number one. Number two.
Is what?
That he does not like South Africans. That's what he said. That he does not like South Africans.
If it became political, what is the government interest in Burna Boy? Burna Boy was just expressing his feelings. Government is like a parent to everybody. It's like.
Was it the government or the fact that South Africans refused to buy his tickets? His show was not sold out. There were low ticket sales, so that was what made him not to go.
Let me tell you something what happened.
South Africans, excuse me, Michael. South Africans wanted Burna Boy. You see, they don't have issue with him. But who denied him the visa? So it's the government. So if they don't deny him the visa, he would have come, and the fans have bought the ticket already.
Do you know that
So
if I should say something against the Nigerian government, the Nigerian government has the right to deny me entry to their country?
No, it's wrong. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Where is the freedom of speech?
No. Freedom of speech. Okay, but freedom of speech is not guaranteed. Because there's freedom of speech, does not mean you have to say anyhow.
That is not even that is where the leaders.
No,
misinterpret what is the constitution. Because as long as I know.
Mr. Prince, you're not being honest. Freedom of speech, but freedom of you have to be mindful. Just like you are a parent. Of course there's freedom of speech, but there's certain things that you will not tolerate. There's certain things that you will not tolerate from your child. Your child is not supposed to talk to you in a manner.
I did not say it should be abused. I did not say that it should be abused.
That's what I'm saying. So Burna Boy was not being respectful, and they said, okay, because you did not respect us, you don't like us, we don't want you in our country.
Burna Boy had you, but you spoke earlier like you did not know what Burna Boy said. So if you know as much as that, so why did you?
No, because I'm answering your question. Because I'm answering the statement you made, right? Because you said there should be freedom of speech. That's why I asked you that if I should say something bad against the Nigerian government, do you know that the Nigerian government has the right to deny me entry into Nigeria?
Excuse me. Okay, tell me, please. Because you're trying to put words in my mouth. So what was what? Tell me the part that Burna Boy said.
I was reading a comment. I said the South Africans said that the reason why they do not want Burna Boy, because Burna Boy said he does not like them, so they refused buying his tickets.
You see that you read that, and that is an unverified statement, and you are holding it against Burna Boy.
No, I am not. I said from the I said from the comment section, because we are live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I said from the comment section, South Africans are saying
no.
That.
I wouldn't react to. I wouldn't react to an unfounded statement, because there is no basis for that. Because you ever want to win on comment section, I take my time. I don't rush to speak. I don't want to say things, because if I say what I say is good for nothing, at the end of the day I'll end up saying nothing for good.
Okay, Mr. Prince, permit me to ask you this question, right? Okay, you see the way Nigerians have been very vocal. I'm going to repeat this question again. Why are they quiet as far as what is happening to Nigerians in Libya? You Nigerians have the population. You know that the rest of us can literally leverage, under your population. We can leverage under you when you say you're the giant. You know that if Nigerians come out in their numbers to call out the evil act that Libyans are perpetrating on African migrants, you know that the rest of the world will talk about it. Why have Nigerians decided to keep quiet and focus on South Africans? Yes, carry on.
Okay, we did not say that we are the giant. You know we are the giant. So don't get it away from us. If you say tomorrow or today that your country is not the giant, then fine. If we look at it, they will say, okay, be the giant.
That was actually a compliment. I said you with your population, the rest of us can benefit. That's what I said. That's what I said.
No.
I don't understand. No. Yes, carry on.
No, the way you're driving home your point, this worries me. You understand? But in terms of that of Libya issue, honestly, as I speak to you, I don't understand what is going on in Libya, I must say. Because I don't have to, I would have been misquoted if I talk. But I heard there was something going on in Libya, but which I do not know exactly what is going on. I learned that some foreign nationals, not only that, I saw something on TikTok, I was in TikTok or Facebook this morning. When Moroccans were trooping into Spain, the gate was open, that were trooping from river, they were trooping in a mass. So, but when it is Nigerian issue, it becomes like a world issue. Everybody, because if you look at it, the only country separating Nigeria from Libya is Niger. Just one country. It's just like a man, somebody going to Malawi, and you find out that Zimbabwe is the only country between South Africa and Malawi. So that is how it is between Nigeria and Libya. We are close to the North African countries. So they are our neighbors. So sometimes people wonder, oh, why are they there? Why are they there? Okay, fine, they are there. But that is for the government to, I don't even read anything concrete about it. Maybe after now, I'll do my research. Maybe I'll put some posts my friends to find out.
Because what is happening there is worrisome. They are selling African migrants like slaves, like chickens. They are being caged. So that is what is trending.
That's appalling.
Yes.
That's appalling. And that is the thing. See, that maybe I don't want to derail from this, but that it becomes an African. But I know that Nigerians, Ghanaians, Senegalese, West Africans actually are closer to the Northern Africans, North African countries. So, but if that is the issue, these people they've said it clearly many times that they're not Africans. They don't see themselves as Africans. According to history, they migrated from the Arab world, Arab countries, and they occupied those places. So if they're not Africans and they're South Africans that way, it is for AU to stand up. But AU has not stood for anybody in this on this continent. So I wouldn't be looking at AU to do anything.
Okay, so why would Ghana and Nigeria report South Africa to AU, knowing whether AU will not do anything based on what you just said?
Have they done anything ever since AU? Have they protected Africa? Was it not in this same look? Talk about sovereignty. I'm not a biased person. If I have to be an umpire, I'll be an unbiased umpire. I will tell you, if AU was like if they represent what they truly make us to believe, Gaddafi wouldn't have been killed. Nobody would have stepped into African soil to kill Gaddafi. Babo of Cote d'Ivoire wouldn't have been hijacked from or maybe taken to prison to Europe from Africa. It's an insult. It's not only to Africa, to Cote d'Ivoire, but to Africa as a whole. It's an insult. How can a European country come to France, come to Cote d'Ivoire and take the president-elect? They take him out of the seat and put who they want. And that still applies to so many countries. And more worrisome is even Cameroon. Biya has been there for maybe over 40 years. Even before you were born, if I'm not mistaken. And he's still there, really like a king. And doing nothing, sleeping on his his brother in Nigeria. So that is the problem. The AU is like they're malfunctioning. Let me use broader word. They're not working. So until we have people in AU, if we have a functional AU, This issue between South Africa and other nations would have been resolved long ago. The issue between Nigeria and Ghana would have been resolved long ago. But these have been like blunt of proportion because we don't have leaders who come together to resolve issues. It's like the hate is also applies within these leaders. They don't like each other. Because if they do, these issues will not be like that.
Okay.
Why would, I mean, I don't want to go too deep into this, but I want you to look to extract the situation around Africa as a whole.
Okay.
And dissect it properly.
Very well.
Then you understand that there is something wrong in the leadership at the top.
Okay, Mr. Prince, permit me ask you this question. Now, there was something you said about Ghana, that Ghana, as far as Africa is concerned, especially West Africa, they committed the biggest scam. Now, they lured the rich Nigerians into Ghana only for them to, send them out after collecting everything from them. Now, let's talk in terms of what is happening in South Africa and the way Ghanaians are reacting to the point where they are asking some Africans to compensate them for evacuating their citizens. Let me hear your thoughts. Coming from people who were the actual first to do it.
Okay. You see, if you be following this thing, South Africans are not our enemies. Sometimes, and they're not our enemies, even though they know. See, the truth is that sometimes some people want to drag other people into their problem. When this whole thing started, yes, South Africa, it was Ghanaians, they were even mentioning, hey, Nigeria, but South Africa came for them. And when it happened, what did they do? They retaliated by sacking the gold company. But they took Nigerians have more businesses than Ghanaians here. But with the Nigerian government, there's a way they react to situations. They did not say, leave your companies and go. But instead of telling you to leave your company and go, they can apply some measures that might make it still difficult for you. Did you hear that Nigeria took away a company? No. There's a company from South Africa that, when you borrow money from for airtime, that when you borrow airtime, there's some money that you pay as commission. So, and that amount to about some trillions of naira every annually. So in dollars, it runs into some billions, maybe $2 or $3 billion. Okay. From the inception, a company from South Africa has been in charge to collect those money from all the telecommunication companies in Nigeria. If there are 4 or 5 or as many as they are, only one company is in charge. Nigeria don't really care. First, that company, we don't care. But you know that company didn't even hire one Nigerian as their staff. And that company, and they wasn't worried. And that company is in South Africa here, operating from here. So we don't bother anybody. But only thing Nigeria did not say, okay, we are closing you, go away. No. What they did was, okay, now we're going to split the license between you and other companies. It will come up with an issue because they will hire the locals. But they didn't say go away. We don't do go away thing. We don't do that. So in principles, we operate differently, and they cannot tell Nigeria what to do by saying do what you have done to South Africa. No, because we know that we'll fight today. We will see shake hands tomorrow.
Okay, very well. We'll fight
today.
Tomorrow.
We always think of tomorrow.
Okay, we'll fight today to shake hands tomorrow. Prince, you have anything? Sorry, Michael, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I have something I want to say concerning this border office stuff. Me, I'm in Benue State. I'm close to Cameroon. Okay. I know there are a lot of Cameroon in our state now, like particularly in my state. I don't know what they are fighting. Is it Anglophone or something like that? The English part, I don't know they are fighting. So most of them, they are camped in our state. People trip into our country. They have barbing shops. See this thing of all these small job for we Nigerians, to be honest, we does not. One thing about we does not care about all these small things for us as long as you are black, because there are so many these things. Cameroonians, they are fighting. I don't know, they are saying other parts are not part of them. That is happening in Cameroon. I know it must be aware of it. I know it. Because I used to go there at times. We used to go, USF used to go there, so I have a friend at times we carry things to go and give them. So they trip into our state. There are so much there that they are working, that doing all this petty job for us. For us, the thing is not like it's nothing to us. It's like they are like brothers to us. We are not really concerned about them. There are certain things that they will do. They commit crime. I know what is in my state, and I've been there. Just now that I come to come and study in Lagos, they commit crime. But at times we beat them, hand them over to the police. They do this thing, they go back. So this thing of we Nigerians, to be honest, we see people as brothers, and we don't see competition in most African countries like that, because we always aim for something. I don't know whether it is spirit. We always aim for something more higher. Okay. Because they are paying, they don't have documents, but they are living here. They are all over our states. They are doing this thing. I've never had problem with them. Cameroon. They are.
Okay, but Michael, let me come in. Because you allow it in your country does not mean that South Africa should allow it. Because what you're saying, right? Because Cameroonians come to Nigeria undocumented, or they're allowed to open small businesses. It does not mean that South Africans should do the same thing. People have their laws.
I'm not saying not everybody have the way they do things, or the way they react to Nigeria. I'm just saying how they react to Nigerian problems.
Okay.
If it's something that concerns Nigeria, the good thing is like they don't see anything good about us. It's only the bad things. They don't see anything good about Nigeria. Okay. I'm not saying that you should go and occupy somebody's place. No, and take the person's job. If they were saying that the one thing and to be honest, the thing that they are saying barbing shop, all this kind of job for me, is I know it's for the locals, it's good for them, but for me I didn't see any If for me, especially an Igbo man, if an Igbo man is selling, it's competition. And that is what drives you to go more harder, and there's competition in it. If you are selling something here, you are selling this product, you are making this product to sell, and I'm selling close to you, I have to there's something that is making people to patronize you. What is making my own to be down? I have to improve on my own. That's why I say that we are all over. We learn from one another. I'm not saying that they should open their border for people to do this thing, but I'm saying that the same Cameroon that they are doing this thing, they also here, but there is not much fight like what is happening. They are killing. To be honest, let's justify to kill somebody. What they are doing to our African brother, is it right? Let's be honest.
No.
You drag somebody and feed the children, take out the children. Is that right? Let's be honest.
No.
Let's just be honest with ourselves.
No.
What is happening on social media? They catch up, they beat a person. That's Zimbabwe woman. To the extent they don't collect somebody's shop and hand it over to them, and somebody be very happy. We are seeing all these things online. Remember, the world does not forget. Call respect. The world does not forget. Don't you see that they are saying this thing? You drag somebody there, they beat them out, they throw them, they stone. What happened in 2019? They marched that Nigerian man, they march on the ground, they use stone and hit his head, all these things. Have Nigeria ever did? When Nigeria was saying Ghana must go, did they kill anybody? Let's just be real to what people do, and let's just be real to what some human beings do.
Okay.
Let's be real. Is what they are doing, is that okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. We are all African. I'm not saying that we should go into somebody's country and do like that, but is that the right way to? If somebody do so, and whether legally or illegally, is that the right way to handle it? Okay. Let's be honest. Let the South African brother answer my question.
Okay, South African brother, real quick before we go, Tebogo, if you're still there, Tebogo, are you there?
Yes.
Brotherly, he asked a pertinent question. Even if they are there illegally, undocumented, is it the best way to go about it? Must you unalive them?
Well, I don't think unaliving them is a necessity. Even the leaders of March and March, Jacinda said it herself, and Upagelam Takati, there was so much international pressure coming in, Yes, and that's why Jacinda and Pakela said that our aim must not to be to commit violence, but I believe that as a South African, if we get attacked by foreigners, because they're also threatening us, no, we must defend ourselves because we are entitled to do so. And then since our government are not dealing with the issue, we have every right to deal with an issue, but yes, not in a violent way, but in a way that we do not cause too much harm to them. And if they feel like they want to retaliate against us or do something bad against us, then we have to do something. not in terms of violence, but in terms of self-defense. That's what we have to do, because our government leaders, and I've said it before, we've been telling them many times that they must deal with the issue, but they refuse. That's the thing.
But there was something you said, brother. Let me ask you. You were talking about South African women. You're talking about Nigerian men. You're talking about Nigerian men taking South African women throwing themselves on Nigerian men. Do you think it's Nigerian men are supposed to be blamed for it? As a woman, I'll go where there's comfort. Let me be honest. I'll go where I'm being taken care of. I'll go where I'm being, spoiled, where I'm being treated like a baby girl. So, do you think Nigerian men should be held accountable for giving the South African women the kind of lifestyle that they've always desired?
Well, this is what I'd rather say. If they want to give their South African girlfriends or wife a better life, especially the so-called wife, and they want to make children with them, I believe that they must relocate with them back to Nigeria and stay with them there. Because it's even in their culture, you can name it the Igbo culture, the Yoruba culture, that a married woman belongs in her husband's home, not a husband belonging in his wife's home. And we are not saying that out of
jealousy,
in a form of patriarchy or sexism, but we are saying that in a point of protecting our nativity. Because in Nigeria, they have that rule that says a foreign woman who gets married to a Nigerian man gets citizenship, but the foreign man who gets married to a country woman does not get automatic citizenship, because they are protecting their cultural identities, they are protecting their nativity. They don't want cultural dilution. And the problem is that when these Nigerian men marry our South African women and make children with them, they expect the children to have their names. And on top of that, they bring their cultural identities which do not fit into us in our own country. That's what they are doing. They are bringing it in our country. So when they bring it, it's like they are washing away the nativity. They are bringing cultural dilutions and stuff like that. And yes, they are targeting our country women who are so desperate. If it's not the desperate ones, it's the ones who don't use their minds. I don't know if, but okay, it's the nature of women. If you look at the nature of many women, and I'm not talking down on women, a lot of them, they always try, they always feed into the toxicity of men. But men don't feed into many men don't want to feed into the toxicity of women. So you'll also understand that historically why many cultures brought up this in that a woman belongs to a husband home and not a husband belonging to a wife's home. They realize that no, women in society, they always feed into the toxicity of men. They accommodate the toxic nature of a man, and if they allow that man to come into her home, he's going to destroy. So they said no, the woman must rather go to her husband's home so that she can prioritize her husband's culture in her husband's home, and also let the husband disrespect, treat her however like in her husband's home, rather than her bringing the men there. So it's not about hate, it's about us protecting our culture and nativity. And yes, I know they like to bring up this thing about what about white men, what about Europeans, even them. I also do have a problem with them too. You see. So they are not doing us a favor, European immigrants who come here with bad intentions. And that's why I've been saying to my fellow South Africans, our number one solution to black South Africans is not by us also being dependent on European investors or immigrants who come here and build companies. Not rely on a white man, because we know that there's a division, there's racism. But it's for us black South Africans to stand on our own and be self-sufficient. Because I can see that African foreigners disrespect black South Africans, but not whites and Indians, because they are the ones who control the economy. So yes.
Very well. Thank you so very much, gentlemen. Thank you. It's been an amazing session. Before we go, any last words, concluding statement before we go? Anything you want to say? Yes, we're listening, sir.
Okay. I have not much to say, but all I just want to say is that the only truth you can tell is the only truth that you can believe is the one you tell yourself. True. We might want to cover up in some areas, but it's not fair for debate. I'm just say this the way they are. I'm not very diplomatic because as a Christian, just believe that you speak the truth. And nothing happens, nothing that has happened that cannot be repaired or fixed. But the truth is that we must have a just balance. A little to the left, a little to the right, the center can become strong. So no man is an island, and Nigeria, I must say, it's not a burden to anybody. But if somebody is not saying your house strengthening, if somebody does not compete for your job and doesn't like get into your ways where you get your money from, but that's your source of income. That person shouldn't prioritize your whatever that is holding you back, taking of that person and being your major problem. Because before this, the genesis of all these problems were when people say come to South Africa, because initially it was Nigerians, Cameroonians, and Ghanaians that were in South Africa here. Then when the economic damage was done in Zimbabwe, they moved in mass without passport and whatever, they crushed. No? Somalia had war, they trooped in mass. Congo, there was civil war there. They trooped in mass. Ethiopia and Eritrea, they came in mass. Rwanda, the same. Angola happened there. So then, the numbers of foreigners increased. So it wasn't like, and all along, Cameroonians, Nigerians, and Ghanaians were living in peace in South Africa. When they started complaining about the job, because they had an issue with Zimbabwe initially, the first fight they had. With Zimbabwe, but when they came at cheap labels and taking their jobs. So that was when this whole thing started. And it increased, it never stopped. So that was why I said, you know where the problem is coming from. Channel your anger. Because everybody needs job for survival. Channel your anger and be specific about who you're dealing with. Now, if you come to issue of Nigeria, you know what Nigeria has done and you don't like. Fine and good. You do the same, but use the law and deal with those people specifically on that particular thing that you're talking about. But you cannot label Nigerians and they're taking your jobs, somebody taking your jobs. No, it is not right. If this issue is about a job, you know people to fight them. Because we were here in peace with you before they all came.
I'm listening.
Yeah, so there's nothing much. You see, the thing is, I just believe that mistakes are made and it can be corrected, and the need for it is that tomorrow is always bigger than today. And no matter what happens, we are still in the same continent and will coexist. So there is no need to overcome the issue or to fight or to have a winner.
Okay.
We must shake hands at the end of the day. And we'll pray we'll have a better functioning heads in our respective countries, and AU being the head should step up and handle issues before they escalate. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Okay, so Tebogo, last one before we go.
Last one. Okay, all I can say is I believe that if we want to unite the continent of Africa, we must unite it based on everyone being self-sufficient, everyone building themselves. Yes, and if we also want to, despite these colonial borders, everyone must be self-sufficient. We mustn't unite it by all of us running to one country, wanting to stay there, wanting the greener pastures there, being dependent on the very same people who oppressed us, or having Africans crossing the Mediterranean Sea to Europe, seeking for greener pastures. So our number one solution is that we need to dismantle all these incompetency, the Western puppets who are in power, in order for us to start down from the ground. Like how those three leaders from West Africa, and I have so much respect for them, especially Ibrahim Traore, and who's this Assimi Goita, and what's that guy's name, the one for Niger. I really admire what those guys did, because even now Niger is the fastest growing economy in Africa ever since they managed to remove the French puppets. I believe that every African leader must get dethroned most of them, because they are puppets. And in that way, we will restore dignity. Everyone will be self-sufficient. Nobody has to fight to save other people's homes. You see, and that's when we can negotiate open borders, just like Europeans are doing. Not because they are Europeans, it's because every Western European countries are self-sufficient. Even them themselves, Europeans, have a problem with Eastern European immigrants like Bulgarians, Kosovians, because they see them as a liability, because Eastern European countries are not stable as Western countries, you see.
Okay.
So yes, so that's my belief.
Very well. Thank you so much, Michael, last words.
Okay, me, I want to see unity of Africa,
Okay.
especially from that guy called Ibrahim Joy from Burkina Faso. I look up to him as a young guy coming up, and I don't see we fight for us. I think that the problem is from the West. They join us together to fight ourselves, and we leave the bigger problem. We forget about them. They take our resources and forget about them, and we fight over peanuts, which is nothing. The problem, most of this problem comes from there. So for me, I believe so much in the unity of Africa, if not to open border, but for at least for our economy and to chase the way the West Indies to embrace our own.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for joining. And to those of you who followed us, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, I say thank you very much. We're going to see you next time. Bye. Bye.